I can't wait to get into this show today. Dante P. Dude came, I mean, I'm looking at the screen, man, there's Dante P. Dude's hair is natural. He looks emotionally all shook up. I've never seen this before. I said, oh, Dante is, Dante's not happy. Come dissing him like this. Look out, look out. Let's get right started right now. Dante Pettis not suiting up for Super Bowl was final straw. And he is now determined to play free, which is explained by Dante. But I mean, come on, man. Dante, you know, I got to tell you, though, man, you had to go through all this in order to realize NFL, they're serious out here, man. Coach Shanahan built a fire under Dante P last season by doing nothing more than ignoring his butt most of the season. And you can quickly count up how many snaps Dante actually took in the 2019 season. If indeed Shanahan's goal was to rock Dante's world, it appears that it worked. Pettis expressed his mood during his media conference today, and there appears to be a new passion and determination as well. And the not suiting up for the Super Bowl absolutely worked on his ego. Shanahan officially has the attention of one Dante Pettis. I told you he could play. Now watch this. Dante's probably going to start showing out so much that he could become the number one receiver, which was projected to be the case last year. Dante, I'm glad you finally woke up, man, because that would have been an incredible waste. Also, in today's tidbits, initial scans on DJ Jones were inconclusive. So that report I saw yesterday on the chat about him being out for 4 weeks may not be accurate. I hope it's not. And that, according to GM John Lynch, he was on KMBR. He said that he's getting more tests to determine the extent of his shoulder injury. That about DJ Jones, because we really do need him in that rotation. Jones, because you don't want any pressure to let up. Although Contavious Street looks like he's a man on fire too. Well, we'll see how these things work out in the days ahead. And also, just like us, John is enjoying the Nick and Trent show. I mean, the dude's over there, you know, because when you look over there, I can see John now. Anybody else is sitting out there, all you see is what looks like a reenactment of the film Godzilla versus Kong. You know, I mean, this is just, God, I wish we could really sit back and watch that. I mean, they can't release footage or anything because Kyle's got this thing now about, listen, don't ask me make more questions about this and that. So Kyle's becoming real touchy. So there ain't going to be no film release because pretty soon, if you do, you'll learn techniques and things like that watching those two masters work, you know. So, well, no. But anyway, John calls, I will say it's must TV to watch those two. Whenever I'm on the field, I try to watch the whole picture, but my eyes go right there. Two pros that are incredibly blessed with talent. All right, you know what? Let's get right into Dante P. And by the way, Charles, it's a Dante Pettis day. And also, Dion's already tweeted me and said, boy, I can't wait to get... Dion can't wait to come in and have some things to say today. This is going to be funny. To understand, though, why Mrs. Pettis' baby boy might be the 49ers' best reclamation project at training camp this year, you have to go back to last season, specifically to the Super Bowl 54 defeat. DP did not suit up for it, and he's mad as hell, and may as well have been in the general admission seats as well. Dude was a healthy scratch. What do you tell people years from now? Dante, hey, were you in that 49 team that played the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 54, the first one after Shanahan and Lynch got started? Yeah. Did you play? Okay, but I can explain why I didn't. What, you put through that? No. Dude was a healthy scratch. DP said today, quote, if that doesn't change the way someone approaches the offseason, they don't want to be in the NFL. There's not too many things worse than football-wise that could get you going, being inactive for the Super Bowl. That was the last final straw. I guess especially heading into the offseason, there's not much more than that could get someone going, unquote. Dante, why'd you have to go through all that, man? I know your dad didn't raise you like that. I mean, your dad's a professional baseball player, man. What was up with that? Anyway, Pettis, in a video call with reporters, and mostly revisited last season's shame and how it's fired him up with what currently appears to be a comeback with some attitude. DP did not play last season's final 8 games, a skid that began with a November 29th knee injury and rolled into a benching to culminate his subpar sophomore season. And what happened to him? The question goes around to every person that's watched the 49ers and saw him come into the league. Pettis said of the widespread criticism he endured, including from Kyle Shanahan and y'all too, who demanded that Pettis return this season with more urgency in his play. Oh man, quote, I didn't play. Dante, quote, continues, I didn't play how I should have been playing, how I know I can play, how critics know I can play, so it was probably warranted. Yes, it was, unquote. And the thing about DP, Shanahan traded up to get him against a lot of the people's wishes. I had him on my mock draft, so I was kind of behind. Go ahead, go, don't let the Cardinals get Pettis. They got Christian Kirk, but so what? I do firmly, and I'm not just saying this because I put him in my mock. I think Pettis may actually be more talented than Kirk if he would go ahead and be that way. That season looked as if it were the right move. DP went on to catch 5 TDs that year, second most in team. Wait for it. Second most in team history for a rookie. See, Pettis is not a joke. I mean, he can play. But he reversed course last season. Observers wondered if he shied away from football's physical nature, as I know I did, all while going in and out of Shanahan's doghouse. Pettis said this about that. Last year, I kind of took his coaching the wrong way, I guess. I made it more personal and about me realizing how good he knows I can be. I got caught up in the way he said some things and not the actual message he was trying to get to me. Once I realized that, everything changed. Our relationship is really good and it's open, unquote. You know what I can't believe? Have you ever played ball before? Sometimes coaches talk to you and it ain't polite. It's rude, but it's to get you to listen up. So I can't believe Dante wasn't used to that. If Kyle Shanahan came at him like that, that's not coming at you sideways. That's coming at you because I believe in you, and damn it, let's go. That's what that means. Dante's going the wrong way? I can't even believe that. Okay, anyway, 2 days after Pettis' best practice in ages, 5 receptions and solid routes, Shanahan reacted with great excitement, confirming a new look he saw in Pettis when he first reported to camp 3 weeks ago. Coach said, quote, I saw him right away when he came in and we got to talk, and you could just tell his mindset, how his body was, that he spent the time away from us doing everything he could to put himself in position to make this team and to be as successful as he can be. So I've been very proud of Dante so far, unquote. Shanahan admired Pettis' newfound aggressive nature in running routes. Good. He's always been good at that. You know what? Maybe it's too easy for Dante. So he comes out there and looks around at everybody else. Those guys can't keep up with me. See that? Well, good. You know what? Give Kyle Shanahan an award for knowing just how to work this show. Just how to work it. All right? You don't want to get serious and stand over there and watch the game with everybody else. Pettis today noted that the receivers should not be judged merely on receiving totals, but their overall contribution to Shanahan's offense. Even Sherm chimed in, saying, quote, Pettis has made some really great strides, being consistent every day. His ceiling is so high, and he's reaching that peak now. Makes me want to holler. Dante! Let's go, DP! Get in there, boy! Show him what's up! This is crazy. He made me so mad last year I didn't know what to do. And now all of a sudden, I'm looking at him. He could be. Shoot. He can play, man. I'm telling you. If Dante stops freaking out when he runs across the middle and things like that, the boys' ability to get away from defenders is epic. I saw like, we'll see. Well, I can't wait. Diamante's Company Files. Love the title. Oh, here we go. Hey, Julian S. Julian S. says, hey, Julian S., I love you. I'm going to keep up the good work. Hey, Julian, thanks for that contribution, fam. Love you back, fam. And Niner Mag says, every Niner fan in Seattle needs a Greenlaw jersey to just walk around the city. I told you, Pettis, Ronbo Pettis is on a mission. Man, and because I tell you what, Greenlaw owns Rusty, boy, I'm telling you. And Tony S., thanks for having me. Says, Pettis, dairy out soon. It will explain everything. You know what I'm saying? Because, I tell you, last year was just, it didn't make no sense. Diamante's Company Files. Love the title, Ronbo. I was watching Dante's interview like 5 minutes, and I was like, is this mad, Dante? I didn't know. It was strange. There was, but first of all, you looked up and see the hair was just nothing going on with the hair but a normal hair, right? And he was no smiling, no nothing, no easing back. He was like, you could see he was shook up. James Walker, Niner Empire, 9-4. Life, what's happening? He says, James from the Garden State, missed you. Hey, James, that's you. James, I know your last name was Walker. He said, James from the Garden State, missed you the other hope. I hope you get on your show on YouTube. James, you know, man, we're looking for you. It's the kid, 916. Niner Empire, stand up. Sacktown in the building. Big Ronald, keep doing it. One love, let's go Niners, thanks. It's the kid, thanks, fam. Jethro C. Anyone also see the cat popping out of the Pettis shirt pocket? He did that on purpose. Dante and his kitties. Anyway, Dante's getting even some, he's going to have some panthers and leopards running around the house now. Mark Espinosa, be prepared for Dante's Inferno. Sounds like a movie. Could be the title for Dante's whole season. Tongan Man 78 says, I'm all on the DP. DP will ball this season even better than he did his rookie season. Niners! Hashtag go Niners, Niners faithful, Niners Empire, Niners for life. Revenge Tour 2020. God bless. Go ahead, fam. Big J says, let's talk about why Verrett and even Witherspoon keep starting over Mosley in practice. You know, that won't last. They do want Verrett to succeed, though. You can see they do. Joseph Gonzalez! Dante Escobar coming for revenge. While Automatic reports say Pettis 0-7 on targets today. What? Really? He had a bad day? I didn't see that in the reports, though. Yeah. Okay. Willie, where'd you get that info? I did not see anything about him going 0-7, though. That would be just ruin everything. Maybe we still shook up after the press. No, the press conference took afterward. I don't know. All right. Anyway. Krusty, come on in here, man, because, you know, I believe, you are one of the guys that do believe in Dante, am I right?
You're right, yeah.
Yes. Well, he's asserted himself.
Huh?
He's asserted himself today. He let everybody know, listen, I'm not fooling around anymore, guys. So, but Krusty, what did you take from that conversation?
I thought that what Dante Pettis said today was really good. You know, I actually sat back and I listened to what he said, and I thought back, and from what he told me, I was just like, I don't think it was a physical aspect at all last year. From what he was saying about Kyle Shanahan and stuff, it sounded like it was a total mental thing. He thought he was getting picked on, and that affected his play. So,
Krusty,
you know,
I just want to ask you something about that, though. Doesn't that surprise you, though? You know, you play ball even from junior high school. Coaches are somewhat, but by the time you get to high school, coaches are talking to you like an adult. So, yeah, I don't know.
Right.
I wish I knew what exactly is he talking about when he says that.
I don't know. I think that Kyle Shanahan probably, you know, picked on him more than anybody because he knew how good he could actually be, because we saw how good he could be in his rookie year, you know. And he actually sat there and he made a point to point out Pettis every time, and Pettis took it to heart, and he took it as a negative thing instead of a positive thing of he's bringing it to me to show everybody that, you know, even the good people can go out and they can have a bad game, and they need to be critiqued as well. And he took it personal instead. And when you take things personal in something like this, it could really affect your game. And I really feel that's, when I heard him say that, it made sense, Even then, that and the fact that he didn't have enough time to build a good chemistry with Jimmy Garoppolo last year.
Yeah,
so I feel like that's
that.
why he's having a better year this year, and that's why he went up and talked to Shanahan right off the bat to let him know that he understands what happened last year, and he understands that he's going to have a better mental thing. He knows that he's better than what he was, because he kept saying in his conference that he didn't play to his standards last year. He didn't play to how good he could actually be.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Even when Kyle Shanahan went on, he was saying Dante might actually be the one who goes out and does punt returns. If Dante can show that he's not going to muff punts and he can be consistent, he may, because he even said, he's like, I know what he did in college, and he may be able to do it here. So it's all positive from what I've heard about Dante this thing. But like everybody else has been saying, let's see it in the game too, though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And look as if your head's in the game. Sometimes, Chris, you see Dante on the sideline, it doesn't look like he's all in the game. You know how some coaches would always look at you, hey, Christy, keep your head in the game. Those are the things that if you're seemingly not focused on what's going on, then you're not a part of this team at those moments. I don't want that if I'm a coach, right? So if these are the things that bothers Dante, I'm a little concerned about it. But I guess his psyche's a little not so sensitive right now after having had a talk with Kyle and Kyle realizes he could be one of the best receivers on the team. But you've got to show us. You can't just be that,
That's where his immaturity showed last year.
See.
And, that's where I hope that he matured this year, so he'll be more of a mature person and understands, and a mature player. Because having a baby fits because you feel like you're getting picked on.
Oh.
And it affects your game, that's a problem, because we know he's got talent.
Yeah.
We've seen it. So, but he needs to be able to not only be able to do it physically, but obviously he needs his mental state needs to be right too, and he needs to grow up and put his big boy pants on and get out there and freaking play some football.
That's right. This is no longer Little League, Pop Warner, anything else, Dante. This is the top of the shows. Get out there and show everybody you're the best of the best. You should always think that way as anything you do as a player, especially athletic endeavors.
Right. Exactly. He just needs to get out there. He needs to show himself time after time. He needs to make sure that he's the best player that he can be. He needs to put everything he can out there. And if he does that, people will see that, especially after last year, what he did or didn't do. Sees how much better he's putting out this year. It'll motivate everybody else to do better too. And then everybody else will go out there and freaking do fantastic as well. So he needs to turn himself into a leader and show what he's able to do and compete. Like I heard I listened to your guys' one the other day. I wasn't able to call in, but he needs to sit out there and maybe he does want that wide receiver one position, and he needs to get out there and take it. But I'm telling you this, it's not going to be easy. Because you got friggin' Brandon Ayuk and you got to take from Debo, which is probably going to be impossible. Those are the only two people that I think that could take it from him. If he can,
But he can't look at it that way. He's got to think of himself as being the guy. I mean, you got to go out there and show everybody you're the guy. But you can't look up to any of the other guys on the team. You got to go out there and do the best you can do, and that's what's going to determine where you're going to be on the status as far as the pecking order.
Exactly. He needs to give it his all every time, and even instead of his off-season routine this year, he went out and he's like, I'm going to do as good as I can, and then I'm going to go further. He's just not going to go out, do his workout, and go home. He's just going to keep going and going and going until he can't go. We may not have seen it, but he went out and he did better. He's gained weight. He's gotten stronger. He's gotten faster. I agree with the guy who wrote the comment about him wearing the cat shirt on purpose. I think he really did. You get a lot of crap for that,
He's addressed the criticism. I love when the reporter asked him, some of the critics are saying the things about you, and Dante acted like, well, I wasn't really aware of that, but anyway, answer the question. Dante, I want to say, Dante, I wish you could put in comments. Dante, I know people you've blocked because they said things you didn't appreciate. What are you talking about? You didn't realize the criticism. Yes, you did.
No, he heard it.
He's gonna heal up. Krusty, we're out of time. You know what? I won't be able to make it back tomorrow, but I'll definitely be back Sunday. All right.
Okay.
All right, Krusty.
I'll talk to you then. I'll talk to you whenever you come back on.
All right. See you
Looking
then.
forward to
Bye,
it.
Krusty. All right.
See you then.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Hey, Eric code 619. Hello, 619. 619. Yeah, I wonder if that's a Seattle area code. Is that you, Smiley?
Hello?
This just it. Who's that? Who's 619? Hello, who is this?
Yes, this is Patrick.
Patrick? Hi, Patrick. Come on in, Patrick.
Yes,
Patrick.
I'm 619 San Diego.
Oh, San Diego, yeah. Because, see, we've got some fans in our chat that are threatening to call in. And when they call in, don't say anything. I figure they're giving me one of those kind of calls, you know? At least they didn't do the heavy breathing or anything. Hey.
No, definitely diehard San Francisco here.
Yeah. But say Patrick is your name, huh?
Yes.
Hey, Patrick.
So,
go ahead.
my opinion about Dante Pettis with him taking so much of like Kyle Shanahan's like hard side.
Mm-hmm.
So from what I've known from private schools, like high school, as far as like football,
Mm-hmm.
when someone has like a high profile dad like that, that means they're like a big they give a lot of money to the school, so coaches are not going to say anything to that person, to that kid.
And that starts in high school, too.
So, I mean, I'm not saying I know, but maybe this is the first time that he's actually had a head coach that has actually confronted him and gave him a hard time.
Ooh.
Maybe he's used to coaches kissing his butt and giving him the easy way.
I bet that's right. You got Gary Pettis for a father. You get carte blanche treatment, don't you? Oh, it's right. It's right.
Because his dad, I guarantee you, has given a lot of money to a lot of schools, and so they're kind of don't say anything to Dante. But I mean, Dante has a lot of talent, and I'm pulling for him. And I hope he comes out and balls out.
Mm-hmm. God, Patrick, that's a great observation. Dante's been coddled ever since he's a little kid because of his dad, you know, giving contributions and just being Gary Pettis. You know, Gary Pettis was a good baseball player. Yes. So here comes this kid, right?
Yes,
we can't dog him
because my nephew, he went to a private school and he was there on scholarship, but he went to school with like Trevor Hoffman's son. He went to with Marcus Allen's kid and a couple Hall of Famers kids.
Yeah,
and they were all catered to. So like that's a great possibility with Dante Pettis.
Is. But you can't build character in a ball player like that. Not really. Because then they run into what Dante Pettis comes in. He can't handle criticism. Or as Tom Cruise would say, he can't handle the truth. Go ahead.
But Kyle is dragging the dog out of him.
Yep.
So, I mean, I like it. I mean, I feel like Dante Pettis was actually truthful today, and he came out with it. And you know what? I feel like he's on balls this year.
I do too. He suddenly became a man, Patrick. The dude is now grown up. It's like Krusty said, put the big boy pants on, and come on. This is the real world, Dante. Shift into fourth gear. Let's go. I'm loving it. Delighted.
Yes.
He'll be all right.
So what's your What's your opinion about Javon Kinlaw?
I like him. I'm a little worried about him though. From his conversation on television the other day, I could see he's a little in awe of the NFL level of play. He's going to learn. I saw a clip of him and Chris Kasurik. Kasurik's all in his face. You know, he's going to be good, but we're going to have to be patient. I think it's not going to be as good as we anticipate. He's not going to come out looking like Bosa from last year. Bosa came in like he's been playing in the NFL for years. Kinlaw may take a little longer, but I do think the potential is there, and I think he's going to reach it too, especially with Kasurik as his coach. I got faith in him. I ain't worried about it. We got a lot of other guys can fill in until he gets up to speed too. So, That's my opinion on
Yeah, I
him.
mean, I definitely agree with about that because people
Mm-hmm.
have high expectations for him about coming in and dominating. I'm like, he's a rook, so it might take a little time.
And also the not having the preseason time to work. The conditions this year are so different that it really works on a rookie. So if things would have been normal, he'd be a little further along than he is right now. But as it is, he's gonna have to build his he's gonna build himself up in the regular season. I really wish we didn't have to go that route, but that's the way it's gonna be.
Definitely. Like,
He'll be
yeah, but it's good hearing that Ayuk is excelling and ahead of schedule. That's definitely awesome.
crazy level of maturity. And you know you that point you just made about Pettis and being coddled and babied all through school. He just happened to have great talent. Ayuk is working with Herm Edwards, old school style. There is no
Old
babying or
school.
coddling in Arizona. There is. You come out here to play ball for me. If you can help this team, yeah, I'm all for you. If you can't help the team, I'm gonna point you in another direction. Maybe this isn't for you. I can see Edwards is gonna be that kind of guy, right? So that's why Ayuk is fully prepared. He comes out there and his whole perspective is like that of a second or third year pro already. Kyle's even mentioned that. I said, oh, God. This is why Dante's work is cut out for him, Patrick. Oh, he's got Debo, who already
Yep.
knows how good he is. He's got Ayuk, who's coming in with the right mindset, which is ahead of Dante. With Dante just not reaching that area, this is going to be interesting to see. Trent Taylor's out there. Nobody's going to make him sit down. TIKB, Dante's got his work cut out for him. He could have got himself established last year. No.
Yeah.
Gotta go to heart.
Because Ayuk came from junior college. I mean, he's had to work his ass off.
Yep. See.
He had to work his ass off. I mean, Debo's coming from South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no one had him pegged as anything better than a third wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. There's something about struggle,
I mean,
Patrick. There's something about struggle
Yep.
that actually helps people in life. You need to go through. You need a little street cred to get ahead in almost every industry now. Everything. If you didn't go through trials and tribulations, you don't have the character to beat the competition. That's just the bottom line. This is Dante's problem. He's got all the skills in the world, but the mind, God, he'll get it though. Looks like he will. The way he was talking today.
I mean, being inactive for that Super Bowl definitely hit him hard.
Kyle's cool, boy. Kyle didn't say nothing. You're gonna play today. You're gonna play today, and you're gonna play again. Could you imagine Dante as soon as that echoed through his head? I'm not playing. I'm not playing. Coach, he won't say anything. Patrick, great to meet you, Patrick. We're gonna go. I'll be back Sunday looking for you. Okay.
Okay, definitely.
Appreciate you, fam. Have a great night.
All right, have a good day. Have a good night. Yeah,
You
definitely.
too. Man, Patrick hit that was a solid point. I forgot about that kind of thing. If you play ball, you remember those guys. You didn't take them seriously because you knew what they were about, and you knew the family connections, and the family had ties, and they were big in the community and everything. So the kid comes out there, he's half-assed, but you gotta work with that, right? Hey, this just in.
Just then, Dante Pettis is finally, after 14 games, and I'll say 14 because two of them he stepped up. But the other 14, it's been 14 games, 3 playoff games, a Super Bowl game to finally get serious. My boy, are you kidding me right now? What?
I know what he's.
Even the Emmanuel Sanders trade, it took you 14 games, 3 playoff games, and the wide receiver trade for all those draft picks for you to get serious. El Gato, like you call yourself. Really? All right. Okay. I know cats have 9 lives and everything, but this guy, he's running on his 9th life and everything right now, to be honest. So, I don't know.
Justin, do you remember last year when somebody asked him about being number one? I remember some reporter, somebody asked him, so Dante, you're projected to be in the number one role this year. Well, we're all like a team or something. He's definitely evading the subject as to say, God, don't lay that kind of pressure on me, man. I don't want, I can't, I'm not trying to hear that. I'm just out here to be a good teammate. No. Yeah. Hey, Justin, you know what I'm thinking now? Your Crabtrees, your ABs, your OBJs. I think now, after watching Dante, I changed my perspective. Wide receivers do have to have a little bit of diva too. There's a line you can cross. Don't go past this line and become obnoxious and hard to live with. But have enough attitude and belief in yourself that you actually do think you're the best thing on 2 feet. And that's what I want from Dante now. If he gets an attitude like that, Justin, we may have something special here. You tell you that right now.
Man, he better get serious. That's all I gotta say. He better work his ass off this season. He better at least have
started.
more than just 2 touchdowns. Yeah. More than 2 touchdowns. I want to see him have 5 and at least shoot for not 1,000-yard receiving season, because that's going to be hard because he's on a depth chart of maybe 4th. But, have more than 200 yards receiving. Do something, man. If you have to be in the boot if you have to do in the boot option, where you're in the West Coast where he could be punt returning, do something, man. And Richie James, he might not make it. So we might depend on Dante Pettis for the returning because he was a fantastic returner in Washington Huskies. So you have a lot of options with Dante. He's really fast too. He's a speed guy. So Dante needs to get his act together. He needs to stop tweeting about zoos and all that. Focus on football.
Concentration issues. I'm telling you, man.
For this whole entire game, I don't want to hear you tweet about nothing about what you guys start cooking, cookie ingredient, or how to make cookies. I don't want to hear nothing. I want to hear for this until August all the way to February. Football. Nothing else. Nothing should be a priority except football. You get paid millions of dollars to do one thing, to do your job. Now's this time to prove it. That's all I gotta say about it.
Oh yeah, well, that's the mouthful because Dante is, as I say, he'd be a waste if he can't put that skills together. I mean, it's a God-given talent he's got. You can't teach what he does.
He was a third-round pick, Ronbo. A third-round pick. This guy was a third-round pick, and he was a graded 5th-round pick to draft.
He was a 2nd-round pick. Well, he's a 3rd round maybe, but we traded up to the 2nd round to get him.
Yeah, the second round, yeah. And he was a graded 5th round. That's a huge gamble.
Was Dante graded as low as a 5th-round pick?
I believe so. It was a 5th or 4th, one of those two. It was 4th or 5th. But I know then for sure it wasn't 2nd or 3rd. I know them for sure. But I know for sure it was
yeah, because he had put together quite a resume in school, so we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. I just hope that he's got to work his ass off because I know as soon as week 8 hits and this Antonio Brown talk is going to keep talking, the same thing like last year.
No, it's
not.
So people should know AB is not. He's first of all, he's gotten to the point. His age now is way too old. He comes in any team he goes to. He's going to be suspended for probably a minimum of 8 games. What is the point of getting him now? His career is pretty much finished. I don't know. Even the Hawks who do weird things, they're not calling him. So I think AB's done.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just hope I'm really excited about this receiver unit, even though I'm very hard on Dante Pettis right now. I do give him credit because he did have that game winner against Pittsburgh and that game stealer against Cardinals too. I give him credit, but the boy has to step up.
Hey,
the boy has to step up.
He can play.
He can play. Yeah. He just has to focus on football. I don't know how hard it is.
And every time he gets out there, suddenly hey, let's go, Dante. And when he gets on the field, he's got to make a play. He's got to beg Jimmy or coach or whomever. He said, "Give me the ball. Come on, just give me the ball." Yeah. He's got to go out there and look hungry. So he'll make it.
Basically, become our Emmanuel Sanders last season. They basically I don't know how to compare him to a receiver that was Brandon Lloyd. There you go. Brandon Lloyd was a phenomenal receiver for the 49ers. he didn't do too. He wasn't really that high superstar. But when it came down to depending on him, he made them catches.
Lloyd had some skills, boy, and OBJ was not the first guy to make a one-handed catch. I seen Lloyd make that catch before OBJ even came into the league.
Kansas City game, the Kansas City game, the Kansas City, and then the Seattle game too. That was like 2005.
We got to go, Justin.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna look for you Sunday. All right.
Yes, sir. You got to take care of yourself. Stay safe from these fires. And the air quality is really bad, man. The air quality is really bad right now. It is really bad right now. So I can't even go to college on Monday. So please wear your mask, man. Stay safe, and it's not worth risking your health. So stay safe and keep washing your hands. All right, y'all. Take care of yourself. And shout out to Trey. We built something great. Keep an eye on that.
All right. Now, Justin. Let's go check out Elliot. Hey, Elliot.
What's up, my guy? How you feeling?
R.E. Man, we got a new Dante Pettis. The boy has cut off he's wearing his natural hair out there. He's sitting up there. He can't sit still when the press is asking questions. It's not all fun and games anymore. You can see he is serious. He's upset that he just got abused and dissed last year, according to his way of thinking. I said, Dante, welcome to the party, pal.
welcome to the squad. Welcome to the NFL, Dante. You know what? This is what I'm gonna say, Ronbo.
Yes.
I'm a fan of Dante Pettis. I'm not one of these guys who. I realized one thing. In high school, he was the man. College, he was the man. He came straight to the Niners and became the man. So when that is over and we're no longer in love with that shit no more, you learn something new.
That's the truth.
It's a million. That's when you learn. Listen, it's 1,000 receivers in the NFL that got the same skills as you, if not better, or whatever. So you got to come in and you got to show out every season, bro. Nothing is guaranteed. And that's what he had to learn. I don't think that last year he learned how to be a player who just wasn't getting the time that he wanted to get and was able to contribute when he had the opportunities. So that it was what it was. But this year, I think I'm not. Listen, what happened last year? I was disappointed, but I'm not mad at Dante for being the player or the cheerleader he was. Why? Because listen, who wants somebody that's gonna sit over there and pout all damn day and you still ain't getting in the game? Like, get out there and cheer your people on. I think that he did what he felt was best for the team as a person on the team, which is cheer your guys on. You don't knock nobody. You don't hate nobody. I look at Mullen. He is soaking. He is pissed that he's not playing.
And they don't put the camera on him anymore for that.
Change.
You never see the camera on him. You're right. He wants to play.
That's not going to change because Jimmy Garoppolo is our quarterback. So that's not going to change for him. This is why I say I actually think we should put together a package to go ahead and get rid of Mullen before he leaves and walk away and we get nothing. Because Mullen is not going to accept he thinks that he is a starting quarterback in this league. He feels he has proved that, and I'm quite sure that's what he wants to be. He don't want to be no backup for the Raiders, not even for a ring.
And Elliot,
Dante Pettis.
Elliot, we don't want him to be. We don't want him to think like that. Because when you get like that, you become Nick Foles and guys like that used to play behind people and look like they're satisfied with that. Yeah.
That is a great freaking analogy. I love what you just said, bro. Like that is great. Hungry. That is great. And we don't want him to be like that. But at the end of the day, we don't want him over there soaking, pissed off because he can't play. And when he leaves, we don't get nothing for him. So, but Dante Pettis.
In fact, what you want, I'd like to see Nick walk up and down the sidelines. If a receiver just screwed something up, I'll walk over and say, can I tell you something? You know that route? You were supposed to curl in to your left. You went right. Jimmy was confused, just to let you know. All right? It's good. Go back out there and show him. You be that guy. You know?
I do believe that he has learned that, okay, you did what you had to do last year because of your precision and how things played out. At the end of the day, you have another opportunity. You got to be pissed. You got to come with an attitude. And if you don't, you come back with the same attitude, we're not going to want you. The fans not going to want you. And it's going to make it easy for you to get away. So I think that Dante Pettis is probably, if not, he's probably one of the top 2 or 3 receivers on our team that after the catch, he's great.
Mm-hmm.
The boy can move.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all you got to do is catch the ball, Dante. Just catch the ball. This is why I told you the other day, you got the spotlight is on you. You have the opportunity to play for this team. What you gonna do? You gonna sit there and you gonna drop passes and be doing backwards flips for the teammate who catch a pass, or you gonna say, hell no, I want to play for this team, and you gonna ball. So I'm glad that he's freaking pissed off. Stay pissed off. Stay in that mode. Do what you got to do, and you will be on this team, and you will help make us a better team because you are a good receiver. You really are. Other than that, trade his ass to the damn Lions. I'm going to tell you that over and over and over.
People to the Lions. Or don't send him to Buffalo. The Buffalo looks good right now. Send him somewhere where it's just not going to work. And keep him away from Seattle because the Hawks is always sitting around waiting to get somebody from the 49ers offense so they can pick their mind.
Absolutely. So that's really all I got to say about Dante Pettis. I really wish him the best. I hope that he come through, be able to contribute to our team because I think that we have a lot of room for him. And he don't have to be the start guy. It don't matter if he's spelling somebody to come in and do whatever he got to do. He has a lot of skill. He has a lot of speed. He can move around and do things for us. But if he's not going to do it, then we just going to him and Solomon. Going to trade both of them guys and to the Lions and get us a good draft pick and keep it moving.
Or a coupon at In-N-Out Burger or something. Elliot, good stuff, fam. Listen, I'm going to see you Sunday, okay?
Okay, man. I ain't seen you last night, but it's all good, man. I kind of got in at the last minute, so I was just like, you know what, I'll let today's subject go, and I'll see him tomorrow. So I got on today's subject, and you know how it is. Every time I get the chance, I'm with you.
Thanks, fam.
All right, man. Love you, boy. Love our fans. Love our team. Go Niners Revenge Tour. Let's see how this stuff go for us. You know?
Yeah.
Good job, Patty. Good job.
Love you back,
Good job.
fam. Have a great night,
All right, boy. No doubt.
Good. Yeah, Dante, man, that dude is going to be, I'm looking forward to this. Hey, Rebel D, what's up, fam? Dante and Brandon equals trouble for defenses. In fact, fam, what if Dante, because I know Debo and Ayuk are going to excel to high level. Dante's had that ability. Now he gets it. Dante, do you realize, what if Dante takes off this year? And I got a feeling he is. You got 3 potentially top receivers in the league in the years to come. Trent Taylor's also, as long as he can stay healthy, he is going to be amazing as well. You got George Kittle out there. Jimmy G will now have more weapons than he can possibly use. I mean, Jerick McKinnon, I already know. Too many things have been said about him, and before he left Minnesota, he was a great out of the backfield, right? Juice, I don't know if we can keep all these guys. You got Juice out there. He's also another threat. The run game is ridiculous. Any of you guys running here from other teams talking smack, boy, you guys are in trouble. Nah.
He was dipshit. That's what he was. Hold on.
D's got 2 conversations going on. D?
My bad, Ronbo. That's me, man. I'm over here. I'm playing this game online with my boys. I am so glad that I finally got to talk. Oh, shit. I'm about to go in on Dante. First things first, Ronbo. What in the hell was that damn tie-dye shirt with the little kitty cat on the damn pocket and shit?
Somebody already said he did that on purpose, too.
Weird. Oh, come on. And then let me tell you something. And I say this
Woo.
with much trepidation, and I'm gonna say this because in today's society, people get easily offended by every little thing. I am not making fun of anyone who needs any type of mental help. Some people need it in their lives, they really do, and I understand it. Dante sounds so goddamn scared and sound like he wanted to cry the whole interview. Sound like that boy needed a hug. Like, what in the hell? Ain't that? I'm sorry, bro. Ain't nothing. No, no, Dante. No. It took you. Wait. This is what he said. If you're deactivated in the Super Bowl and that doesn't motivate you, I don't know what will. Hold up. You mean tell me it took you being deactivated until the Super Bowl? Not the playoff games, not the games you were deactivated in the regular season, but till the Super Bowl for you to figure out that should motivate you to, instead of being on the sidelines and being happy and all giggly and bubbly? Oh, and then I was taking Kyle Shanahan's, I was taking his criticism. I took it personal, and it really wasn't, and I should have been more. What? Bro, okay, no, retire from football.
Hand him a
I'm sorry,
tissue.
sir. I don't, no,
God.
man. No, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing? Because let me tell you something. This is a man's sport, and if you ain't gonna be a man about it, you need to get off the damn field. Your father was an absolute monstrous baseball player. One of the very few African American baseball players that we had that was dope as shit. I'm telling you. So you've been in locker rooms with grown ass men. You've heard crazy shit. You've seen how grown men move. So there's no way in hell you can tell me, Dante, that you don't know how to be a man about things. Why did he sound so scared? Why did he sound like somebody was going to beat him up and take his lunch money after he left the press conference?
I know this.
Like somebody was waiting on him on side.
There's no
It's
tough.
no.
Yeah, there's just no
There's
toughness
no nothing.
in him. That's true. That
And for
still
me,
concerns me.
I'm going to say this. If you don't understand that your coach is being hard on you because they want you to be better and they expect better of you, then you don't need to play sports. I ran track. My coaches were not the nicest of people. When I wasn't running my hardest, when I didn't practice well, when I didn't run the
Especially
sprints
practice.
properly, when my form was off, I'm telling you right now, they were in my ass every second they got, and I appreciated them for that because it made me better. I learned at a very young age that you have to take constructive criticism well. And if you think for 1 second that Kyle Shanahan does not like you as a person, as a human being, and he's picking on you one-on-one, you really got the game messed up. That's one of the nicest people in the world. Kyle Shanahan has said all along, he's a coach's coach. Kyle Shanahan, then that tells me he wouldn't last 5 minutes with John Gruden or Bill Belichick because they'd be ripping him to shreds, be on the sidelines crying.
Well, you heard what Patrick said. Gary Pettis probably put Dante through some very elite schools and things where he would be revered as Gary Pettis' son, right? So, I got a feeling there was some pampering going on during his upbringing. And as a child, there weren't any guys running around his school that would slap him and take his lunch money, right? So, I mean, Dante grew up soft. See, he's now learning it doesn't work in the NFL, and that's a sad time to learn.
Oh, yeah. And for me, I'm like, come on, man. You got to be stronger than this, bro. Like, there ain't no way in hell you just that weak and you that scared about every damn thing, man. Like, he just sounds scared as shit, man. I'm sorry. I've never in my life I've watched the 49ers since 85, man. Yeah. Since I saw Jeff Rice first catch a touchdown from Steve Young. I ain't never heard of on the squad sound like that. The last person I saw on our squad that was a chump was J.J. Stokes. And that was because he got open.
You know what? People still give me trouble. Man, Stokes wasn't as bad as you say. I thought Stokes, he underperformed. I mean, he's okay.
I'm saying like he literally, I forgot who it was. Somebody literally punked him directly on the field. like openly punked him, like straight up. Like I'm talking about pat your pockets type punk. Like what size shoes are those type punk? Like he got punked. But for me, like, do I want Dante to win? It'd be nice. Good job, Dante, for you if you do win. I would really appreciate it if you did get on the field, show up, and do some things for us. I really would. But here's the thing. That interview did not in any way, shape, or form give me any cause to pause to say that he was going to be that he's going to be anything more than what the hell he is. Dante is a scary person, and I don't
D, be
think
careful.
there's going to be anything.
You're setting yourself up. I'm telling you, look out for Dante. Stokes over Rice? Who is that? Are you kidding me? Anyway.
I want everybody. I want everybody that has faith in Dante. Believe you me, I will eat crow happily and proudly if he proves me wrong. I want him to. I want him to prove me wrong. I want Jerick McKinnon to prove me wrong too. Jalen Hurd, I'll have to wait till next year to see about him. But I'm just saying, if they prove me wrong, I will gladly admit that I was wrong. But
I believe it too. You're the kind of guy that mans up on these things, and you will come in. But D, we got to go now, though. I mean, I'm going to see you Sunday, okay? Great stuff.
All right,
you
man.
always bring the heat. As a matter of fact, I'm surprised TNT hasn't recruited you yet as one of theirs. He said, D says,
hey, man, look, TNT, if you out there, you already know what's up. Y'all know where I'm at. Dre know me. That's my dog. Dre know me. Niners all day. They know me. Y'all know where I'm at. I ain't fine, baby. I'm open and visible. I'm out here. But hey, man, appreciate the platform. Thank you for what you do, Ronbo. I love you, man.
Thanks,
keep
D.
doing it and keep bringing that Niner faithfulness. And have a good evening, brother.
You too, fam. Love you back. We'll see you Sunday. Yeah.
All right.
Wow. Tell you. That's what I like about Day, because D brings the counterpoints. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of people do. Hey, Niner Mags, it's my birthday. Can I get a shout out? Of course you can get a shout out. You can get a song here. The birthday juice. Igniter. Happy birthday, Niner style, Niner Max. Happy birthday, red and gold today for Niner Max. Happy Niner. Niner Mags. It's your year too, Niner Mags. Man, that Super Bowl is coming this year. Hey, let me get IB.
Ronbo, mic check. How we sounding tonight?
Awesome, as usual. Hey, IB.
My man.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Well, IB, man, it's like Dante, last year, I really wish they could have had some interviews with him last year. I didn't know what was going through his mind other than what people talked about. You see, he looked like he was awfully comfortable on the sidelines in his role as a cheerleader and a man that's not going to get in the way of anything going on the field. And when his number's called, sometimes it's fine with him. If not, that's okay too. And then we find out this year, Dante was taking all that stuff pretty seriously. He just didn't wear that face. He didn't wear the Nick Mullins look on the sideline. You know, I just, man, I'm surprised. But what was your reaction to his mode and comments today?
To the interview?
Yeah.
I can't really truly judge him based off of the interview only because I'm not sure who said it. It might have been in the chat. It might have been Dion. But it might have been even Dante, but when you're dealing with mental illness, and I think that's what he was dealing with.
IB, wait, whoa. Now, you and Dion both think, because I'm. Do you think there's something? Is there something wrong with Dante? I mean, not wrong, but is he struggling?
Well,
Good.
you know what? I say that because of his demeanor in the interview and his unsureness and how he responded in his in some of the questions, and that's not fair for me to say because I'm not in the position that Dante is in. I'm only speculating based off of what we saw on the football field and what we didn't see, right? So neither of my presumptions are fair or correct, but I'm saying it because his demeanor. We saw the same thing with Buck last year. Like the physicality, not only in the play, but when in the interviews, sometimes Buck's demeanor would be real down on himself, kind of. You know what I mean? And I think it was because he was judging himself. And one thing that I did take when I was looking at the interview is I think one reason why I think Kyle Shanahan likes him so much is because and I think y'all gonna think I'm crazy for this, but I think Kyle sees himself in Dante because I see Dante as a person who's always judging himself, who's always too careful, always checking this, checking that. When, like he said, he needs to just go out there and play ball. He's not like everybody else, and he needs to accept who he is. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I don't want to go as far as judging the person that he is because it's hard to tell, man. You know,
Because we
he
don't know
could
him
just
other than what we see on the field,
right,
and we could be making the wrong
right,
assumptions. So that's a good point.
right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think we're right and we're correct for what we assume of this person because of not only where he was drafted at, but you have a role as a football player, and that's to block out everything. Anyways, that's what makes you an incredible athlete. To not only do the things that it takes athletically, but to have the mind to be able to do it and block out the outside world. You know what I'm saying? That's an incredible athlete. And
Yeah,
like
I mean,
like
let me ask you one question though, because if suddenly, and I don't know, I call it suddenly because if after that Super Bowl game, I imagine
it's
during or
very
after that game,
sudden too.
he had an epiphany of some kind, right? So now he comes into the season and he says, "I'm going to reassert myself with Coach Shanahan because apparently we have a misunderstanding going. I want to get that straightened out and make it known to him that I'm going to come in and you ask me to do this. You want me to put on some size. You want me to do this. I'm going to come in and I'm going to show you just how good I am because he did say that a couple of times that you know how good I am." And that's like somebody else pointed out. He went through high school and everything. He was the guy. He went through the
Well, yeah,
NC2A. He's the best there ever has been at returns. He really is. There's some problems going on there in his head. But that's what I mean. What do you think?
well, yeah. And one of the callers said that Dante went from being the man from grade school to high school to
Yeah.
college to even in the pros. And I think when he got to the pros, he wasn't the man anymore. And I think that's what killed a little bit of his ambition and his self confidence. But I think he definitely. I don't know if he. I'm not sure what that word was that you used, but you can look at him. His physical, I mean, his hair is different.
Yeah. Right.
Everything about him is different. Even the scareness that we've seen in his face,
Yeah.
but it's a healthy scare. It's to me, it's a healthy scare because he seems like he's on point and he doesn't want to fall off. He doesn't
Yeah.
want to. He doesn't want to prove anybody, or he doesn't want to get cut. Basically, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
There you go. The world of the reality world. He finally stepped on it.
well,
It's
I think it
over.
was a harsh reality. I think it was
Yeah.
a harsh reality, and I think that's what the clarity was with him and Coach when he said that him and Coach sat down. I think that's what it was, and I think Coach told him, "Look, man, I like you and all, but you got a responsibility." And I think that's the fair presumption for all of us to have with Dante, regardless how much we like of him or any of these players, because reality that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. I like the possibility of having Jason Verrett on our team, but he's got to step up to the plate, and you know I think he should be healthy enough to do it this year. It's a confidence thing, though. You know, so we'll see what's up. I think Tavon Austin should be another player that should be able to make this team. You know, but it's confidence with some of these players.
Yeah. But you can't come in with a weak and fragile ego. I had no idea
Nah,
that there was a conversation
not
going
at
on
all.
between Coach and Dante that hurt his feelings. It sounded like his feelings were hurt, and he sort of went into fetal position. Dante, you can't do that. You're a football
Well,
player.
it's crazy though. It's
Yeah.
crazy, and I think Dante. I think the team should have told him right now. And I think this is why they put him on for the interviews, because he needs
Yep.
to get this out of there, get this done and over with now. Because we all thought this last year. Everybody thought this about Dante. Like, yo, coach must be eating this dude out or something, because he everybody said he's in the doghouse. Coach
Yeah.
even went so far as to say it's true. He's in the doghouse. So now Dante needs to say, you know what? I'm expendable like any other player on this team. I have to play my role, step up to the plate, and
roll.
do what
Show us.
he's done. Yeah,
Yeah.
do what he's done since he was a kid, man.
I mean, we gotta stop though. I mean, Sunday. Let's continue. And the more adventures of Dante, I'm sure he's always going to be a subtitle between now and opening day. I can see right now because he's put himself in that position. So we'll probably be talking about him more Sunday, along with other things. But good stuff, fam.
Well, it could be a gift and a curse, because great players thrive in situations like that. So
Yep.
we'll see. I'm excited to see. Thanks as always, though, Ronbo.
Thanks, fam. Appreciate you. And say,
I
hey,
appreciate you as well.
Yeah. All right, fam.
My man. All right.
Talk to you tomorrow on
Bet.
Sunday. All right.
Yeah.
Is my mic working? No, okay. We're back. Hey, Johnny V.
My man, Ronbo, what's happening, brother?
It's all about a Dante show tonight. It's
Oh, boy.
John?
Yeah, brother, you there?
I was listening. I was waiting for your response. Because Dante came in today, and you saw the crocodile tears hitting the floor, clean shaven, hair there's no dye in the hair. He's talking about what he expects from himself, and yes, he admitted to being wrong. I didn't know he realized that he was underperforming. I thought he was just being blase. I'm having fun out here. It doesn't matter what happens. Because as I know last year, he didn't have really a thing about being the number one receiver, and he didn't want to talk about it. He just wanted to do whatever he could to help the team. So, that's why I suggested earlier, Dante needs to have a little Divitude. If there's somebody, if I could limit, if you could buy Divitude in a bottle, and you could, whatever's prescribed, 1 teaspoon or 2 teaspoons or 1 pill or two teaspoons, just don't overdose, because there's a lot of guys in the league. I don't want them to turn into T.O. or OBJ or AB or anybody like that, because then they're on the edge of being a problem. And even Crabtree bothered me sometimes too. The best guy that had the best attitude, one of the best receivers, not only the 49ers have, when we had the guy we got from the Ravens, Quan.
Anquan Bolden.
Yeah, Anquan, the perfect mentality. He knew what he was capable of. There was no divitude in him. He was the bust-butt guy. And that's the kind of receiver I really wish we could instill in Dante. Just go out there and do your job, Dante. Nobody thinks little less of you. And don't be thinking that everybody's – you could be a teammate, but for God's sakes, you've got the talent. It's like the Justice League with Superman. Everybody else is tough, but Superman is the invincible one that no force on earth can stop. You need to adopt that attitude. Yes, that's what I want him to think.
Ronbo, Dante reminds me of it's like he's going out to be Baker Mayfield's stun double. B, he reminds me of my 11-year-old. He seems like a spoiled. He seems spoiled and soft. This isn't a question about mental. This isn't about mental. I don't think that. I think that he grew up with everything, and he's just. Yes, he has a very soft ego. He's a soft man, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there's something wrong with that in the NFL. It just, they don't mix. This is a man's league. You got to have your big boy pants on, and you got to pull them up in time tight. And now, you know, we're seeing him come out after all the criticism and all the jokes about being a cat guy, and he's got his little T-shirt on, and his mustache, and like, God damn it, this isn't the time, man. You know, where the hell were you when we needed you? You know, you want to show us now when we got everybody beat up that you're the knight in shining armor? Where the hell were you last season before E-Man Sanders got here? Where were you, man? When we needed all your talent. Now you're showing off when everybody's beat up. Come on, man. This is some bullshit. This whole thing with Dante's pissed me off, Ronbo. Because you know something? We've been calling him out for forever, dude. And now you want to respond? Now you realize that your coach was trying to bring the man out of you and trying to make you and trying to capitalize on all your talent. And you took it to heart because he yelled at you and you're pouting. Come on, man. This is bullshit. This is like a kid, man. It is like a child. And I heard him up there today on that presser, and he sounded like a damn child. How pissed me off.
It's unfortunate that he's not going to change. But you know what? I don't care. He can be that way. But Dante, please assert yourself when you're on the field. Act like you want it. That's all I ask.
Right.
You know?
Act like you've been here before. Not like this is some damn pickup game and you got yelled at, sent to the corner. Now you're coming out like, I know I was bad and I should have been better. And I misunderstood.
Be a grown-ass man. You know, yeah,
exactly, damn it. Grow up. Show me some goddamn nerve, man. This is bullshit. Acting like a big baby up there preaching. You better get up there and talk. Man, you're lucky they even let you have his presser because you
that's what surprised me.
Damn fool.
I normally you don't see Dante in the pressers. He was there. Well, you know what? He's been doing a good job in practice, and I guess the 49ers figured, okay, well, if he's ready to play, let's still go ahead and highlight him now, and because the fans are going to want to hear what he wants to say. I couldn't wait when he sat down. I said, "Whoa, Dante! All right, and look at the hair." First I said, "Look at the hair." Dante's serious this year, really serious. No more hair, because you don't come up with these kind of things unless you're a stud. It's like Baker Mayfield doing those commercials last year. Baker Mayfield hasn't done anything. He hasn't been to the playoffs or anything. What are you doing the commercials for? You're not. This is the thing with some of you guys. Stop Hollywooding, and let's see you play. And then after that, if you're George Kittle. Now you can go Hollywood, you know? You can because you've already proven to everybody, fans love you now. So, you know what?
I don't know, Ronbo. They're lucky they gave him some time to clear the air because he looked like a big chump, and it really pissed me off. It really did. And I still don't have it. I'm not riding this train, Ronbo. I'm not getting on this damn thing. I'm buying a ticket, but I'm not taking the ride, man. I will stand back and see if you can prove it on the field when we have opponents, because right now we can't hit nobody because everybody's made out of paper mache, so we can't play the way we should be. We can't practice the way we're supposed to, and now Dante Pettis looks like a damn juggernaut amongst stick figures. Pisses me off, man.
Oh God!
But we'll talk about it, Ronbo.
Yeah. He's keep your fingers crossed for him. Let's see if he continues this trend, and it could be something special this year, John. You know, it really could. I always knew he had the talent, but let's just see if he'll put it on the field, and we'll be better for it. So, yeah.
All right, my man.
All right, John.
Well, that's all I got, Ronbo.
Well, glad you got that off your chest.
I got it out.
All right.
My man, Ronbo. My man. Always a pleasure, my man. Always a pleasure. I love your show, man. I love you. Take care of yourself. Be safe out there.
Thanks,
wear your mask. I know that smoke over there on the West Coast is getting crazy.
Hey, yeah, you know, it sounds like it's getting ready to burn up the entire state if it's not careful. Those fires are huge.
Yeah, man, that scares the hell out of me. I hate that.
I just hope it doesn't.
Take care of
we
yourself.
had this a year before last, didn't we? When the 49ers were worried about their opening day? Yeah, it's an annual event. We'll make it. We'll get through it.
I don't know how you guys do it, man. Be safe, Ronbo. Good night, brother.
You too, John. Night, fam. Yeah. And oh no. Patrick, my homeboy, the guy who likes to aggravate me on Twitter, has found his way into the chat, and he says Dante is a scrub. Well, homeboy, thank you for the contribution. But you know what? For now, he may be considered somewhat of that. It may not continue, though. And put it this way, my homeboy, you don't have anybody that can cover him if he's on his game. I'll tell you that right now. James, come on in, James. James out in the Garden State, part of the Tri-City area. Big James, right? Well, James may have passed out on us. 937, hello.
Can you hear me, Ronbo?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, man. This is Diamante's Company Files, man. You gave me a little shout out at the beginning of your show, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you big time, bro.
Thanks, fam. You know I appreciate you too. Well, Diamante, we're talking about the man Pettis.
Right.
Diamante,
I know y'all talking about Pettis, but I don't know what else y'all might have brought up, so you can get me up to speed on that.
Yeah, well, there's been several areas we've touched upon. There's been theorizing on why Dante Pettis is of the makeup that he is. One thing is, Patrick out of San Diego brought up the fact that he may have been coddled. See, his father's Gary Pettis, right? You know about that.
For sure.
Big-time baseball player. It may have been that he lived too sheltered of a life going through his young years, right? And when he got to school...
I believe that's true.
Yeah, and then when he got to school, of course, his father probably contributed heavily, and everybody knows Gary Pettis, and you don't want to abuse his child or make his child go home and say things like, "Coach really sucks, man. He's always yelling at me and dogging me." You know, you have to be careful with celebrity children, right? So there's he is, and he grows up, and then he's got this great skill as well, though, Diamante. He is talented. Yeah. We saw what he did that first game with him and Jimmy and versus the Vikings. Nobody, when Garcon was struggling, there was Dante circling back in the end zone. Jimmy found him for a touchdown. I knew in his first year he was a star, right? Now people are thinking that maybe there's issues mentally with him. I don't see anything to actually substantiate that thinking, but I do believe that Dante's ego and his mental makeup is kind of fragile. He's not used to being you can't loud talk him. He hasn't hung around. He ain't been hanging around no hoods, Diamante. I tell you that right now.
No. He definitely haven't. See, the thing about Dante with me is he got real defensive about stuff today, and he also contradicted himself. I know some people heard it if they was listening. Now, did y'all pick up on it?
Which one? Which contradiction in specific?
Okay. So the reporter, the lady asked him, it was towards the end of the interview, the lady had asked a question in regards of how he might feel about where he stands and how important he is to the team. And he kind of got mad and was like, I'm important, or I'm not that important, apparently, according to people out there. And then the next sentence, he went and said, well, we're all important and we all players.
Oh, I do remember that part.
Blase, blah. Yeah, see, if y'all listen to that whole little part, you could tell he was already in his feelings and he had called himself. Then he gave a team-friendly answer. I think he's a little scary. He's a rich kid. He's starting to annoy me, to tell you the truth, but at least he's stepping up in practice.
Yeah.
But at least he's stepping up, because I got a lot of criticism on him myself.
Well, we all did, especially last year when there were times when Kyle Shanahan, you remember Kyle Shanahan says, well, I'm looking for the receivers. I've told him I need somebody to step up so I can start, making some decisions, because he's trying to look for his crew, right? So I thought Dante should have been one of the guys. It should have been him. Dante should have been number one receiver last year. He looked that good in his first year. It should have been him. It should have been Kendrick. Kendrick did a good job last year, but it took him a while to get on. And also Debo, the rookie. You already knew Debo's probably in the mix. They had to go out and trade for Emmanuel Sanders. That was an urgency move, Diamante.
Yes, sir. Because they provide the same type of skill set. They're very good route runners and know how to get open and separate. But he was doing it scarily, so we needed to go out and pick up somebody. And now we got Brandon Ayuk to do what Emmanuel was doing, so Dante better do something or get gone. That's how I feel about Dante Pettis. Did y'all get to talk about Trent Williams and Nick Bosa by any chance?
Yeah, go right ahead. Jump in there.
No, I didn't know if you guys had talked about it or not. I just wanted to.
We've been talking about them the whole time. Though, you know what? They're going to be a subject each and every night. But what are your feelings on that?
I love it.
Boy, that's a... Man.
I'm loving it, man. I'm glad that this is hype that I felt about it before the camp had started, because I really felt like this was going to be the matchup, everyday matchup. I'm a big Ohio State fan. I'm from Ohio, so I'm always following
Right.
Nick. But I'm really getting picked on. I'm getting hip to Trent Williams over the last year watching this film, and he's unbelievable. Like he's got fun offensive lineman film, and I ain't used to seeing that. And hearing what I'm hearing out of camp, I'm loving it so far. And I hope that Nick Bosa comes out a machine because I know what Trent Williams is going to do at this point. But I'm hoping that this is that second year growth that I see from Nick Bosa, and this is what he needs right here. Iron sharpens iron type of deal, like Salah said.
Make Nick's life tough every single day.
Yep,
And you
yep,
know, with
yep.
a guy like him, I tell you what, he's going to run through people like paper. Because Nick will tell you anybody we're playing, Nick will say, we're playing the game. Boy, that's going to be a relief. How come? Because I don't have to deal with Trent.
Yep. And that's what everyone's saying. All the beat writers and everybody is saying, like, Trent Williams is the greatest offensive lineman I've seen up in person. And they're saying this in a couple of weeks of just looking at him like, this dude can move like a receiver with his feet, man. It's amazing.
After a year off, he ain't quite ready yet. In 2 or 3 weeks.
And he ain't even, yep.
You're
definitely right.
And Nick already told Jimmy, and you're safe on this left side. I tell you that right now.
I heard. Yep, Nick Bosa had to tell him, like, look, I can barely get past this, man.
And I'm Nick Bosa. So anybody else coming around that corner is gonna hit the same thing.
Yep, man. But that's all. I want to talk about Dante for a little bit, and I mess with dude, man. I really want him to succeed. Coming out of college, I heard he was pigeon-toed. And see, I'm pigeon-toed, and I was a good athlete being pigeon-toed too. But I heard he breaks out of his routes. He breaks out of his routes a little differently, and I see it. But it helps him get open. So I'm always rooting for Dante. Our names are similar, so I'm always rooting for him. But now he's just on this soft tip, and he got to go if he's going to be like that. But we're going to see he's having a good camp so far. He's having a good camp, man. So I ain't ready to throw away Dante yet, but we'll see.
Because you know what? By the way, were you a sprinter?
I did track for a year, but I wasn't a good sprinter. My fastest time was a 4.6, man. But I was a running back, basically.
All right, because I was always there every time. Because I ran the 200 meters and 400 meters, right? Every time I saw a dude walk up to the starting blocks a little bit pigeon-toed, always scared the bejesus out of me because for some reason you guys had the speed. It must have been natural or something. You know what? Because if you remember running form, if you can keep everything going straight down the track, arm action, knees, everything going straight ahead, you don't waste motion. And for some reason, it was easier for you. You know,
because we're self-trained. Okay, I'll give you a little thing. Maybe because we're self-trained a little bit because we had to straighten our feet up while we walk. So we've always been training ourselves to be straight and keep our feet straight. But when we're coming out of our breaks and jumping rope, you can see the pigeon-toed person being pigeon-toed because that's something you just can't hide. So when he's coming out his breaks, it looks so differently than what a cornerback is used to seeing. And that's why I love Dante, man. I really do. I think he gets open, even though he's not a 4.3 guy. His awkwardness to get open is amazing to me. I just want him to get catches across the middle. I seen Jason Verrett shut him down earlier, and that shouldn't happen. I'm sorry, it just shouldn't happen. Jason Verrett at this point is done, and I mess with dude. You know what I'm saying? But he's done.
Verrett looks a little better this year, but Dante can lose just about anybody on a route, and it always looks the same. That's why I know Dante's got something magic going on out there. When you see the separation between Dante, and sometimes you've seen the receiver completely fool, looking back over his shoulder like, where'd he go?
Exactly.
Ooh, not many people can do that. That's interesting. So I got love for him. He's gonna be okay. Hey, dear buddy, great to meet you, fam. Let's get on back in here as soon as you can.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yes, sir. We'll do.
Appreciate it, man. Have a good night, dear Monty.
Yes, sir. Yep, you too, bro. You too.
Thanks, man. Hey, let's go check out Lee. Hey, Lee.
Yo, what up, Ronbo?
Lee, tonight, again, good hearing from you again, too. Lee, tonight, Dante Pettis, it was like, will a real Dante Pettis please stand up? And so tonight, we've seen a Dante Pettis, there's no hair going, He's like sitting there. His neck looks a little bigger. He's put on a little bit of size, and he's talking seriously. There was no goof or comedy in his delivery when he was talking to you. He was dead serious. In fact, he seemed so emotionally unstrung. I was like, Dante, what's up, man? You look a little concerned. Because, Lee, I thought last year he didn't care about his position on the team. And now I can see, no, he did. You see, he explained that today. But what was your reaction to that interview?
I only just seen it. I only just got home, so I heard he's talking to other callers, so I quickly watched it.
You've got to go check that
yeah, I
out.
don't
You
know,
won't
Ronbo,
believe
like,
it.
I
It's
feel like
hard to
he's sensitive,
explain.
you know. He likes cats who guys here. He's real. I feel like he's real sensitive, you know. So, you know, he hasn't done a lot of press conferences. He hasn't done a lot of them. So, at least he's like showing that he wants to play. Because I feel that being a fan, like, it seems like he didn't have that hunger like you see out of like a Kendrick Bourne in that. You know what I mean, Ronbo? Like you see him training all the time, putting in the work. So you want to see him, you know, that he wants to win and wants to be on the team because he's really struggling to keep his position if he's not going to perform.
Where's that edge exactly? You know, that needs to show up in your.
And that's,
in your
I think that's what.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got to have that competitiveness, and you got to have that, you know, strive to get better and be better. You know, otherwise you're not going to make it. It's just the NFL. You know, you can sort of just breeze through college and high school just off natural talent, but then it comes down to how hard you're going to work. And that's something that he really needs to, you know, just knuckle down and put in the hard work. I heard the other day he had a good day, Ronbo, and then today he sort of struggled.
Okay, so it's right. Somebody said he went 0 for 7. Good God.
Yeah,
well,
I heard it was 0 from 7.
No,
yeah.
That might have had why he looked a little shook up today in the press conference, too. You know, because sometimes you have to learn how to roll. If you had a great day yesterday and you sort of fell off, don't let it get to you. Know, Dante, he needs a psychiatrist to hang out with him, I guess. You know, or see a therapist on a regular basis.
That shows me a big problem. That shows me actually a big problem, Ronbo, when I think about it, because one of the things I remember learning in sports is like, if you make a mistake, forget about it and move on. Otherwise, you dwell on it.
Yeah,
so if he went out there today and he dropped the pass and then dropped 7 out of 7, that shows you that he doesn't really have that mental edge to be like, oh, no, forget about it. Go out and make a play the next, you know, later. And so he's one of those guys that dwells on things too much. So, you know, people always question his mental side because they see his talent.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a big problem with his, like not being able to move on and get over a mistake, you know?
That's where the coaches got to get on him, though. Dante, and you know what, Dante? I don't want to get back. You know what? I want you out there for the rest of the day. I want you on every snap. Let's go. Come on, God. Come on, Dante. You know, I'd get so mad. Don't sit there and sulk. You just dropped the pass. You've been doing great, fine. But continue to move.
Exactly.
Come on. He's
scary.
Don't
sit there and dwell on it. You know, just go out there and make a play. Make up for the mistake you did make. You know, I think I've seen Bourne make mistakes, but then I've seen Bourne make plays too, Ronbo. And I think maybe that's something that he just hasn't learned, you know?
Oh, I just wish he had Bourne's mentality. Kendrick's got that big smile. Kendrick trusts and believes in himself. If he made a mistake, that's all it is to him. I made a mistake. I'm ready to go. I want to get better on the next snap. Let's go. You know, but if if you got a fragile ego, you start to trip. I hope he's not like that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one thing I like about Bourne, you know, because people give him a hard time. I heard he had another good training session. I heard Cohen say he was the best receiver, Ronbo, and Ayuk was real good too today. So that sort of shows me, though, because, you know, like people give Bourne a hard time, Ronbo, but
Lee.
You got to remember he was...
Oh, Lee, hold on a second. Hey, Big Show, you heard that, right? Okay, go ahead, Lee.
Like, I'm actually happy with Bourne because Bourne's a UDFA, Ronbo, that came in with no expectations, and a guy like Pettis came in with high expectations. You know, the higher you're drafted, and we used 2 picks, so that shows you, you know, the expectations for Pettis, and he maybe can't handle that, you know, whereas the Bourne came in with no expectations, and he's had that hunger to just get better and better and work hard, you know. Even though he's maybe not the most naturally talented, he's one of the harder workers of the group. And that's something that Pettis really probably needs to learn.
Because he is naturally
talented. He's going to, you know, work out because, yeah.
It always
he's got
works
that
that way,
slickness, and I think, like, he's under real pressure too now, Ronbo, with Ayuk there, because Ayuk can do a lot of the things that Kyle drafted Pettis to do, you know, as a receiver and probably in the return game. So he really needs to step it up this year. The only person I'm really worried about, Ronbo, is Kinlaw. I feel like he's going to be a lot slower development there. And I'm not sure, but have you heard about DJ Jones' injury?
Yeah, they're still observing the shoulder. They didn't come to any conclusion on the testing they've done so far. But I'll tell you, I've never heard of that before. Since when do the doctors not know what's going on? I mean, he's still taking more observations. I don't get it. So there's no.
Yeah,
they haven't said anything. They didn't say how long he's going to be out or what.
I think he's going to be a big piece to our line, especially with Defo gone. So he might, he's going to probably do a lot of reps, and then you're going to see Kindle come in and out, sort of rotate with Solomon. I heard Solomon starting at the nose tackle now, remember?
Well, let's see. Somebody said Solomon's been doing. Oh no, Salah. Salah said Salih's been doing good this year, and I said, really? But none of the writers are saying anything about him. Of course, the writers are only going to, but I don't know. I'm glad to hear he is.
Yeah, the thing Solomon, he comes in looking the best each year because he looks like he's come straight out of the gym, but he just hasn't been able to do it on the field yet.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what he's going to do either, Ronbo.
Oh, man. Solomon comes in looking like a bodybuilding champion every year, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
If he can help us, man, we'd just be better for it. That means all our first-round picks are producing. And I'm not going to give up on Kinlaw just yet. I think Kinlaw, that bull rush is going to work on a lot of teams.
No, not really.
Yeah. But he's going to get some tech. He's going to get some technique.
And it's what Kasura he can learn off.
Yeah.
What he can learn off both and Kasura and guys that we've already got there. He's got high potential. Just got to see how he works out, how high he gets. Thanks, Ronbo. Thanks for everything today.
Lee, it's great to hear from you, Lee.
Shout out to the invite. Thank you.
Hey, talk to you later.
No worries. Thanks, Ronbo.
There's Lee down in New Zealand. Krusty Pants said, hey, our first 3 games are similar to preseason games. Cardinals, Jets, and Giants. Good point. And does it get any easier? Those will help us get into game shape. That's true. Actually, we started out with game shaping games, didn't we? Started out with the Bucks. Bucks were a little tougher than I thought they would be. Bengals were terrible. Got warmed up on them. Game 3, we were actually ready for the Steelers, but the Steelers weren't really ready for us. So we should have lost that game, actually. But Jimmy G and that man again, Dante Pettis, pulled us out of the woods at the end of the game. Can you believe it? And Pick and Pop, thanks, fam. I love the pair, man. Thanks for that contribution. And Pick and Pop, thanks, fam. I'll do that. Appreciate you. Oh God! It's Pick and Pop. Pick and Pops. He's got the entire forest down on me. I love it. Oh man. So yeah, it's gonna be Dante. I'm telling you right now. I'm putting Dante on the all Ronbo team. Hey Jay, come on in, Jay.
Rambo.
There he is, barreling down the road. Jay.
You already know.
Jay, man, I tell you, man, I didn't know today they put Dante front and center. Normally, George Kittle goes up there, Jimmy Garoppolo, Coach Shanahan, maybe who else stars on this team, Richard Sherman, of course. But then all of a sudden, Dante dropped it. What? Why? And then Dante gave the most interesting press conference we've had, because everybody else, when they come up there, you kind of expect them to say what they're going to say. And they're going to deal with the conference like they always do, because some guys are just masters at doing the press conferences, right? And Dante gets up there. He looks a little nervous. He's a little glazed. His hair is no colors in the hair, just got a normal haircut. And I said, what? Who is that? That's Dante. What?
Oh, man.
And then he started talking about he did not appreciate not being active for the Super Bowl. And I always wondered if he cared about that. He did, Jay. Everything that you thought, and we thought, is if some of us, was wrong. He cares a lot. And he does not appreciate. Yeah, But what was your feeling on all this?
That's why he's blocking people on Twitter and Instagram.
Right and left. Hey, Jay, you remember that when he asked him? He says, you've received a lot of criticism from A lot. Dante said, "Well, I wasn't aware of that, but when he said, I was like, Dante, you've been running block parties. Of course, you're aware of the criticism. He may not take. That's hilarious. But I like him. But go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm with Dante, man. I ain't like Dante, for a minute. I was like everybody else was chiming in, but I had an epiphany, you know what I mean? Why I keep knocking this man? You know what I mean? He a 49er. I ain't going to keep knocking him. And then a lot of us, we over here criticizing this man mindset, this
mentality.
Man, look, I mean, we just saying all types of sports and this and that. Just because you come from the hood don't mean, you know what I mean? It don't mean you the best man, you the toughest man out here. Trust me. We all been around people who grew up in the hood that ain't worth nothing. Scaredy cats, all types of, you know what I mean? I'm trying to keep it, professional with my language, but come on, man. Stop knocking who this man is. This is only his third year. He only played 2 years. Like, come on now. It took Raheem Mustard 5 years to get in the right situation and have somebody believe in him and to get the start. You know what I mean? And we still don't want to crush Akello. He didn't even have a half a season like Dante the first half of Dante rookie season. You know what I mean? We still believe in Akello though.
Jay, question on that though. Do you still believe in Akello? Because Akello's. I'm worried about him, too, for the same reason. He may be okay now. In fact, Salah said he's looking good in camp already, much like he did last year about this time. I'm scared. Is he going to be okay?
That ain't what I read today. They were talking bad about your man, Akello.
See, Salah be talking sweet about his guys. He said the same thing about Solomon Thomas, too. Salah don't be telling the truth sometimes, do he?
I read Solomon was out there killing them today at the nose tackle.
Uh-oh.
He was straight dominant at the nose tackle. They was just like, because it gets his own offense.
Yeah.
It's easier for him to, run down because he quick. You know what I mean? Run down plays from sideline to sideline at that nose tackle, other than going up against like a run, a pound run offense where they just pound you straight ahead.
This is great news. Salah said Solly was looking good, but then he also said that Akello was looking good, much like he did last year this time. But see, Jay, I didn't read all the reports. Somebody told the truth, and probably who you read probably told the truth. Salah.
Probably, I don't know. But he was praising Solomon Thomas.
Yeah, I heard that.
You know what I mean? And Dante did have 7 targets today. I mean, it ain't say he dropped all 7. He just said, he ain't catching them. So
Jay,
you could take him.
Jay, if you were the writer on this story, is that how you'd write it? He didn't miss all of them, but he didn't catch any. Woo! Oh, Dante can't get no love. Oh, God.
I did see a highlight of Akello getting the interception, though.
What?
I don't know where that came from.
Last year. Yeah, hey, did you see a clip? I got to look through Twitter harder because I was just rolling through. I might have missed something. If Akello picks something off, I don't care if it's in practice or not, I'm going to get pumped because I'm trying to understand why he gets all tangled up out there and his feet get all tangled up. I remember what happened to him in the playoffs with the Vikings? A spoon. Who taught you that kind of footwork, brah? What is? Of course he got you on that.
Especially playing corner, too. That's my position. It's all about confidence. You ain't got that swagger that you the best corner out there. You can shut anybody down. You ain't going to last long.
Yeah, because the receiver
even if you get beat.
Yeah, he go clown you.
Oh, yeah. Even if you get beat, you supposed to come back out there. Yeah, do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Do that same route again. Test me again. You know what I mean?
Got to stay in his head.
He ain't got it. I bet he ain't got it, but
I bet he ain't got no verbal game. I bet you Kelly don't. I bet he's polite, because like you're saying, Jay, you got to talk smack the whole time. You know, that's how you get into the. That's how Richard Sherman is so good as he is. That's a master.
Yeah, that's it. He talk a receiver out of his game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Even if the receiver better than him, he'll talk about his game.
Because now he wants vengeance. He wants you to shut up. He's going to overdo it. He's not going to focus. He's not going to concentrate. You're messing with his mind. That's how that works. You know, that's...
I just wanted the Fable to stop talking bad. I mean, if you're going to criticize this man, criticize him for what he do on the field. Don't criticize him for his personal life and his demeanor, how he is. You know what I mean? Because I promise you, half the people that call up here on this show ain't really solid as they talk to y'all on the phone. So, you know, don't criticize his personal stuff.
Yeah, you know what it comes down to? It's trying to figure out. You know, you start examining everything, and we probably go too far. But the thing is, you look at him, the talent he has. So you wonder, Dante, you should be confident. You should be cocky. You should just be out there schooling dudes. And even a Richard Sherman type of cornerback should not take you out of your game because you know he can't do nothing with you. You know, it's the kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
But it just doesn't seem like he's that kind of a guy. And he might be on the field. He may be a totally different dude, too.
Yeah, but Jerry Rice wasn't no thug either, so come on now.
but Jay, you know what thing about Jerry?
Work ethic.
Jerry was so egotistical. Jerry Rice is still egotistical. Remember that year that Sherm first came in, and Jerry was one of the first people to say, I'd take him to the lunchroom, to the laundry room. He'd be, you know, and he would too. Rice would have ate Sherm up in the day.
Oh yeah. You already know it. It wouldn't have been no competition. No, but you know, I do criticize his playing style and you know his demeanor as far as you know his want to get it. But you know, just like this is his third year. You know, let's see what he do this year. If he don't do nothing this year, yeah, he gone. But right now he on that roster, and he one of the top 5 receivers that we got. Point blank period.
we ain't got, but how many? We only got 8 or 9. Jay, you know you've been trying to compliment our boy tonight, but you've been killing him.
Hey, but you know I'm on your side, Dante. You know what I mean? At least for this season. You know what I mean? After the season, come talk to me again about him. Him and Solid. You know what I mean? We're going for this Super Bowl. We need you right now. So you know.
Great stuff, Jay. You're right too. Van, we gotta get up off of Dante trying to analyze him too deep. So yeah, that's a good point.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, because you know it's one thing to talk bad about. You know, we talk bad about a player when he's doing wrong and talk down to him, and he deserves it. But when he's doing good, let's not beat him down and keep trying to beat him down when he's doing good. Let's give him his props. Let's boost his confidence back up. He a 49er.
There you go. All right, Jay. We got to move. We're having too much fun here. I'm gonna see you Sunday though.
All right, no problem, Rambo. Appreciate what you do, man. Y'all are surely a blessing to the faithful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jay.
Bang, bang, Pettis, James. Let's get it.
I got to remember that. I guess I'm going to start off with that myself now. Night, Jay. You be careful out there.
Night, Rambo.
Night,
already. Love you, bro.
Yo, love you back, fam. There he goes. Jay won. Come on in, man.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay, man, just having fun here tonight. It's the Dante Pettis show, man. Dante came in tonight, did an interview. I can't remember the last time they called Dante in during a media conference. It's been, must be since year 1. I don't remember Dante last year, but Jay, did you draw anything from that conversation? He sort of opened my eyes up to a few things about him, and it made me actually, it amplified some of the things I thought about him, but at the same time, kind of took my foot off the pedal off some other issues that I had already laid on him too. Wait, what were you thinking?
I think he woken up. He trying to wake up because, like I said, when you bring in, trying to bring in free agent wide receiver, drafting wide receivers. Did 2 years in a row. And then he didn't play in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So he clearly said he's trying to stay on the team. And at least I can say he's trying, but I have to see game day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, practice is practice, but we got to see on game day. And that's what I'm waiting on. I can't just jump on the bandwagon right now. I got to see what the man do on the field. And I mean, with competition, other men trying to take his head off. I'm trying to see where his head at. Because now I know. I knew it was mental because, you know what I'm saying, he's got the skill sets. But, you know what I'm saying, if he gets hit and, you know what I'm saying, get hit hard, will he go back to old Dante Pettis? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm afraid of because he got the talent, you know what I'm saying? I want him to succeed, you know what I'm saying? I want to like the dude, but I got to see what he do on the field. That's just how I feel. You know what I mean? Like,
But
yeah,
at least
you
you,
doing
but at least,
good.
but at least you know. But Jay, now at least you know that he does care. He does have an ego. He did not appreciate not suiting up for the Super Bowl because these are things that I was concerned. Dante, do you even care about what they did to you, man? You let everybody come out there and just beat you out. No, he cares. He does not appreciate it, not for 1 minute.
Yeah, he cared, and I think he was a little sensitive. You know what I mean? And all I want for our players to, go out there, yeah, you can be sensitive out in the streets, but when it comes game day, you gotta have that demeanor. You gotta change that demeanor. You know what I'm saying? Brian Dawkins did the same thing. He was a good guy off the field. They said this man had turned into Wolverine in game day. You know what I'm saying? So
I like that.
Yeah, so I gotta see it on game day. You know what I'm saying? Before I start praising this man.
I think he will. This year he knows he's a
so,
little more focused, a little more driven. I think you're going to see a different
yeah,
Dante this
he's
year.
aware now. He starts seeing Brandon Ayuk shining in the training camp. You know, so he got Jawan Jennings. You know what I'm saying? He got all these people. Now he's like, they drafting these guys and they coming in and they trying to take my job. You know what I'm saying? If that don't open the guys up, I don't know what.
They bring in people every year that are trying to take your job. So you got to know that.
Correct.
And have an attitude about it. Ain't nobody running me out of here. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's about people who want to play and who wants to make plays. That's what Kyle Shanahan wants. You don't want nobody come in, you know what I'm saying? If you come in and produce, you're going to see more playing time.
It is.
That's just the way it is.
That's how Mostert took it. That's how he took TC's spot last year. TC came in. He was supposed to be the dude. Mostert ended up.
Matt
TC
Breida.
may start.
He took Matt Breida's spot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Matty B finished. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, so that's what he wants. He wants people to come out there and produce. If you ain't producing, you gonna warm that bench up. You know what I'm saying? If you can't do that, then you gonna be out of it. You gonna be out of here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna ship you a one-way ticket out of town.
Realistic though, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen this year with Dante? Is he going to come out and as you say, show us what's up? I mean, what can you predict for Dante right now?
He's gonna have to, Ronbo. He's gonna have to.
I agree. I agree. But what can you see in his future? If
Man,
you had to make an estimation,
I don't know, because if he do what he did in rookie year, you know what I'm saying, that'd be great. But he could also turn back the time of last year. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know because he ain't really been consistent. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, but just looking at his work so far. I mean, if we look at his whole body of work, of course, we can look at those weak spots. But now you look at what's going on now, and Dante seems to be a guy that's getting on his horse. You know what I'm going to look at?
I finally feel like the light is on, and you know what I'm saying? He clicked the lights on, and he just got to do it, because if he don't, he's gonna be out of. He's gonna be on another team. That's how I feel.
You know what? Because I'm looking at 500 yards minimum. And that's saying something because
That's
this
the
team's got
possibility.
that's a lot of receivers on this team. So if Dante can pull off 500 yards, that means he's pulling his weight and he's moving in the right direction. I give
Yeah,
him 500
he's
yards.
playing decent.
Yeah, at least
And how many
4.
touchdowns?
4.
4. You
He's
give him
pretty
4
good at that.
touchdowns.
He's pretty good at that. You know, remember that
Yeah,
night?
he do. When it
Yeah.
goes to the red zone,
Yeah,
he
he
do
goes
make
to-
some catches.
He goes to the house
He
pretty well.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So you know what I'm saying. So that'd be a good season for him to just you know what I'm saying, a stepping stone for him to move in the right direction. Because we can't draft another receiver next year because our defensive back is.
I know because we need corner.
We
yeah,
cannot
we need,
draft another receiver.
Yeah, DBs
we
next
need
year.
corners. Yes, and maybe another pass rusher, but you got to step up.
Well, fam,
That's all.
Jay, we gonna go. I'll be back Sunday looking for you, Jay. All right.
Yes, sir. No doubt, Ronbo. Appreciate you, brother. You have a good night.
You know how I feel about you, fam. Have a good night. And it's Brian Shades, bright sunshine, no smoke. Brian, we got no audio, Brian. Brian, I got no sound on you though. Go through those mechanics again real quick. Because I always hear Brian. Brian's in Australia, and he's always in. You see Brian, and this is even in the wintertime, right? Because in the wintertime, Brian's having summer, right? So you're sitting there in the rain, it's cold, some people have snow on the ground. Brian zooms in, and it looks like that. Gorgeous. Brian, you got no audio, Brian. Are you? Oh, there. I heard
can you hear me
something.
now, Ronbo?
Yeah, I got you now. Hey, Brian, come on in, man. Great to see you again. How you doing?
Yeah, good to see you too, mate.
Yeah.
Good to see you too. Just hang on a second.
All right. I'm right, still making adjustments. Let's see if we can get that done.
You there, Ronbo?
I'm still here, Brian. Your picture turned sideways on us. Okay,
There we go.
there you go. All right.
How are you, mate? All right?
Hey, it's perfect now, man. All right. All right, Brian. Okay, you probably you're moving around, are you? Okay. Oh, okay. It's settled now. All right. Brian.
How you mean, mate? All right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Everything's right. All right. Anyway, Brian, as you know, there's things I'd love to hear what you feel about the Trent Williams and Nick Bosa situation. Also, as you know, Dante Pettis was on film today where we could watch him and hear him because everybody's had questions for Dante since last year, right? Do you want to play Dante or what's going on with you? You've got skills beyond. You're probably better, actually physically gifted than Kendrick Bourne. Yet Kendrick Bourne has kept you seated for the better part of your career here. So, and he came and explained, well, if you get deactivated during Super Bowl, that pretty much make you move your butt, It's basically what he was saying. So, what your feelings on these things?
Hey, I'm really enjoying the content, mate. I'm really enjoying listening to all of your interviews. I really enjoyed listening to him today and sort of get a little bit of a snapshot into his mindset. But I think I sort of probably go on a sort of a different sort of opinion on him. I think it took a bit of bravery for him to actually step up and do the press conference.
True.
Yeah, so because they probably come and said to him, do you want to get up there? And the way he played last year, and he knew that you're obviously going to get asked a few hard questions. So considering the questions they threw at him, you obviously looked a bit nervous, but that's good.
Really did.
It's good to see that they're not robots, and it's good to see that he's got a bit of a different mindset. And obviously missing out on the Super Bowl last year really affected him. And so we'll wait and see what happens. He's still got to get out on the field and do it, but just
but
from
it
his
looks
whole
like his head's
mindset,
in the right place now, and he could achieve things. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, getting back to the two big fellas going at it, the Clash of the Titans. I'd pay good money to see that, Ronbo.
Everybody would. I loved it. I mean, I'd pay. I just want to say, I want to watch this. Just let me watch a few snaps, please. I promise you I'm not taking any pictures, no film. I just want to watch this. That's two guys that are masters at their craft. Gosh.
I really enjoyed I really enjoyed Bosa's interview. He was pretty honest, saying that he was learning new things every day, and he was a pretty hard man to handle. And he was pretty honest with it all. So that's really good. I really enjoyed Kidnall's interview as well. He's still a big kid, He's he's a big kid. Yeah, but I really enjoyed his personality, and I think he'll go okay because he's got the right mindset. So but I'm really looking forward to seeing how he's progressing. I think he'll learn pretty quickly. Yeah. So
with Kasurik as a coach, that's going to mold him into something. He's got exactly the right coach he needs too, Brian. Kasurik is the kind of guy that's going to stay there with him and make sure he does it right. I can see he's the kind of guy, if it takes 50 reps, you're going to do it again. And he's going to be right in your face. So it just makes you do things that you probably didn't even know you were capable of. So he's going to fix them.
Well, like I think someone was saying, the man's that big, he's just going to stand there and he takes up so much space. He's going to just interrupt the run game by just being there. So if you'd actually just learn a few, it's contact with his hands probably is what he's got to work on, technique. But, that'll come. He's only just out of college. So, I suppose when you look at Bosa, how he came out of college and was so successful so early, we've got to sort of probably pull back on that thing.
The expectations, right?
Like that.
Yeah, everybody's not going to come out of school looking like Bosa.
No, that's right. He was he was number 2 draft pick versus a 14. So, but really, really impressive with what I'm hearing about the young receiver. Yeah. He's going well.
Yeah, he's doing great. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously he's got a bit of a steep learning curve as well with no OTAs and no practice games. So,
and if you keep that in mind, Brian, that's kind of special that he's coming in and impressing people so far and didn't have normal regimen of training that you normally get when you come out of the draft. No OTAs and none of those things that bond you with your team and coaches. And he's out there looking like he is now. He's mentally, he's really powerful.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's all looking positive. There's lots of competitions on for every position, which is obviously really, really good. So
those rooms are filled up. But hey, Brian, I'd love to get your feeling though. Solomon Thomas, according to Robert Saleh, is looking good this year. What do you see coming forth on that? Because it has been said that as long as it takes for that, it's going to be between him and Javon Kinlaw for playing time. If Kinlaw starts to develop quickly, he'll probably take over the interior as far as that goes and lessen the snaps you're going to get from Solomon Thomas. But Solomon Thomas is getting good reviews. How do you think that's going to work out? Is it going to be Solomon Thomas' year?
It'll come down to availability of DJ Jones and Ronnie Blair and who's the other guy? Taylor.
Kentavious Street seems to be.
Street. See, he's a good news story. They're saying he's 100% on what he was last year. He's obviously gotten over his injury problems and he looks fantastic apparently. So a lot of competition there. So it's hard to say.
Kerry Hyder too. That particular room is just loaded. You've got Givens. Kevin Givens is looking good. It's going to be who's going to get cut is the question, Brian.
Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing the Jet play too. There's so much to look forward to this year, Ronbo.
Endless.
I honestly think we've got the potential to have a better side this year than last year, actually.
And which means when they walk into the playoffs, I feel sorry for Team 1. Brian, you're talking about a team that's still PO'd about a Super Bowl they should have won. And they know it, and they're young, so they're not going to be considered. That hangover crap, that doesn't apply to this team. They're too young. So, I'm loving it.
I don't think so. A lot of the media commented on it, but I was saying that there's a bit of joking and carrying on, but there's a hell of a lot of seriousness there too. So they're pretty focused. So
that's it. You want them to hang loose and be serious at the same time. It's a good combo. Yeah. Brian, hey, listen, Brian, would you not take so long to get back here? I'm going to tell you what, we got to go now, but looking forward to hearing from you. Season's already underway now, so we should be seeing you a little more often.
Yeah, for sure.
All right,
no worries, mate.
Hey.
Take it easy.
I'm sorry, I missed it.
Take it easy.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Brian. You too. I'll see you later, fam.
Cheers.
Have a great day. All right. Bye, Brian. There's Brian. Down in Aussie land. Hey, Mel. Bang, bang. Mel. But could there be something going on in the Jersey connection? James, we couldn't find him. Mel. Wait. I hear some sound now. Mel's doing the zoom in. Hey, Mel!
Ronbo, what's good?
Mel, man, I tell you, it's fun today because I go down and see what was the highlights of the day and stuff, and the same same guy actors, just different day. I mean, Trent and of course Nick are putting on a show to the point where you got John Lynch saying it's must-see TV, and then all of a sudden I see where Robert Saleh in the press conference says Solomon Thomas is good. What? And then Dante Pettis sits down and says, what? Oh! It's like Brian just pointed out. If I was a coach, hey, Dante, you want to get Purdue? You want to do a presser today? And first you probably think Dante maybe not. Dante got right up there and spoke. I'm kind of proud of him for that reason. Brian brought up a good point. Dante knows the press was probably going to take shots at him, and they did take a couple of shots at him. He handled. What was your reaction of it?
Was that who that was? That was Dante Pettis? I thought Freddie Mercury came back to life.
Mel, that was good timing too, Mel. That was him, Mel. That was Dante P.
I'm gonna step outside away from all of this noise. As you see,
Yeah, because Mel's definitely the workplace. That's hilarious. Was that Dante Pettis?
I spend 12 to 14 hours a day here, 6 days a week, man. I haven't slept.
You're a tough man.
I'm dead right now.
That's a lot of hours.
It is. But UPS got that government stipend for the corona, so they're cutting the wealth a little bit.
All right. That's a lot of OT.
I want to say thank you to all of you out there who are ordering a bunch of stuff. Because the volume is crazy. But as far
you go get worked to death because people don't want to be going out to buy nothing if they can avoid that. make Mel bring it.
I'll be here till 10:30 tomorrow morning.
All right. Go Mel. Yeah. Well, I hope you get enough rest. Mel, but you're thinking though, I mean, and Jay brought it up, we should probably stop trying to judge Dante too deeply. Some of the things we're hitting at are kind of insulting. But, what do you think, Dante? What was your observations?
No, we shouldn't stop. We shouldn't stop at all. Now, I think what we need to do is I think people can be extreme, and I think they can take it too far. When you start to attack a man outside of football, when you start to talk about him personally and things like that, that's not cool. That's not good. It's not even necessary. But these guys are professional athletes. That's what they do. That's what they signed up for. So they're supposed to be scrutinized based upon their play on the field. So, see, this is the problem is they want us to praise them when they're doing well, but they want us to be quiet and not say anything when they're not doing well. But there has to be a balance. So I don't like all of the Debbie Downers and the people who only have bad things to say, your Grant Cohns and those type of bozos.
And Dion.
Yeah. So, we still got to get that though. We got to have that conversation. But so I think there has to be a balance. But no, we are totally within our rights to scrutinize this guy's play on the field. Now, as far as his, I don't want to take too much away from it because look, man, it's still preseason, it's still practice, but we got to keep everything in perspective, man. This is not Dante Pettis going out there and he's leading the group of wide receivers that we started with at a full roster, full tilt and everything. Nah, man, there have been some injuries, trying to bring new guys in and all of that. So he's doing what he's supposed to be doing at this point. Now, that's a good thing. But Dante's problem has never been physical. It has not been a physical problem. The dude, and I've said this every time he's come up, the dude's route running is stellar. The dude has the ability physically to be one of the best wide receivers in football right now. It's about his mental and emotional growth and being able to handle it. And it seems like the dude can't handle it, man. So the thing with that killer instinct is you can't coach it, you can't teach it. It's not something that you can place onto somebody. They have to have that within themselves. So I hope he's being, totally honest with himself first and foremost, but with the organization as well about um, not dressing for the Super Bowl did something to him internally. That should have happened early in the year last year when he started having to sit the bench and things like that. It shouldn't have had to wait till the Super Bowl. So that's the type of killer instinct I'm talking about. That should have happened early on. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that's going to be a lasting type of situation with him emotionally once he starts getting hit on. Once he has to go across that middle and once things start getting kind of rough for him. But I think he can do it, man, physically. But again, he has to have that kill switch. We need killers out there. When you look at the guys we have on our roster, we got killers. So he has to be a killer if he wants to stay, as a integral part of this offense.
Part of this movement. Mel, one thing, Mel, I get your observation on as well. You figure Dante had an awakening at that Super Bowl. I'm thinking that maybe nowhere in his young life has he had to endure this kind of emotional stress, which is probably pretty stressful for him, right? Is it too late? Can he actually grow from this point? Because, your character development usually probably about 12, 13 before things start to solidify and you start to grow from there due to your experiences. Is he going to be okay? Is it in time for Dante to actually grow into these new shoes and come in and contribute this year? This is the only thing I worry about. Is it something we got to wait on? Because we're not going to wait. Kyle's not going to wait. Is he going to be able to come in and contribute this year solidly? That's why I keep asking people now, what do you expect out of him this season? This is the new Dante Pettis.
Well, that's the thing. If he has never had to deal with anything like this in his life, then it's sad to say, but no, it won't be lasting. It's going to be fleeting. It's going to be a moment. It's because it's going to be based upon his feelings at the time, and feelings are up and down, which is why you can't live based on feelings, which is why you have to forget the last play, whether you call it a touchdown or you drop the touchdown. You have to be able to forget about that. So if this is something that he dealt with at any point prior, coming up, and he overcame that, then yes, the feeling, the moment can last, and he can harness that and become a solid part of this offense. But if this is something that is totally new to him, what happens when this feeling fades? What bothered me about what he was talking about earlier was when he was talking about his interaction with Coach Kyle, man, that Kyle was criticizing him and he was taking it personally to the point where he allowed it to get him down and not able to perform. And that's like, whoa, bro, this is not high school or college. Like when your coach is saying something to you, you're not here on scholarship, right? You do know that we
exactly,
bro. So everything didn't have to coddle you or hold your hand. So I'm not sure exactly how Kyle came at him that made him feel a type of way, but from what I understand, it was Kyle went, he criticized him, and Dante took it the wrong way, and that affected him for the rest of the season. And that I think that's just a cover up. That whole "I'll tell you guys later" type of stuff. That sounded to me on some, all right, I got to figure out a good excuse, or I got to figure out a good put this.
I forgot about that part. What does he have? Right. What is there left to tell? I can't wait to find out what he's talking about there.
We can't deal with mental midgets, man, and that was Marquise Goodwin's problem. All the talent, all the speed that he had, he's mentally and emotionally, he wasn't able to do it. Simple as that. Now, he has his reasons for it, and, people will say family, and look, I understand. I've lost 2 children myself. I've lost. The pain is unbearable. Oh. But ask me if I stop going to work, and I don't make millions of dollars to do something that I love to do. It's a job, man. I understand you definitely want to, but man, look, we can't deal with mental midgets, B. We can't.
And especially in this situation where it's all about now. Mel, perfect stuff is as usual, Mel. Mel, you didn't go get something to take a break, man. They ain't watching you, man. I'm worried about you working too hard.
Who's watching? I'm the watcher. I'm the one that watches everybody else.
You cannot take a break. Well, we're going to go. I'm going to see you Sunday then if you get a chance, will you?
I will be here, man. Double bang gold gang. Jersey Niner signing off, and I'm gone.
There he goes. Thanks, Mel. Have a good night, fam. Well, I said, Mel, boy, it's working hard, 12-hour days. Hey, Roberto! Ah.
What up?
Roberto, I know you've got some things to say about our hero, our man of 2020, the wide receiver premier that's going to be in the NFL Top 100 next year, Dante
Yeah.
Pettis.
The kitty cat. The kitty cat, Dante Pettis.
Mel, hey, Roberto, you know what? But we may have made Dante into a maniac. You know, everybody talks bad about him. Coach Shanahan freaked him out because he said Shanahan said something to him he misunderstood or took it the wrong way. So Dante's going to be like special this year. For some reason, I got a feeling that's going to happen. Just hearing what he says. So what do you think?
Well, I got a feeling that he might be that Dante Pettis, like when he used to be like that game versus the Steelers. Like he had a good game. He made some good touchdowns, and then he went downhill again. Like Dante Pettis, he sucked again. So everybody's like, get rid of Dante. He sucks. He sucks. And, all the haters. I'm not a big fan of Dante, but at the same time, I feel bad for the guy,
Yeah, he takes a lot of criticism, but I gotta tell you, Roberto, every now and then I wonder, they didn't call his number. I mean, maybe they didn't trust him or something. I don't know, but they could have called Dante. They could have called out Dante a little more often than they did. I think he was on the field sometimes, and I didn't even know he played. You look inside the stats, and you'll see Dante made. He was in the game for 3 or 4 or 5 snaps. That's not very many, right?
Yeah.
So it was all about the Debo show. It was Emmanuel Sanders show. Then, Kendrick Bourne. Who else got in the game?
And then
that's about it.
Who else was it?
Richie James making cameo appearances on occasion.
Richie James.
Otherwise, it was George, Kendrick, Debo, and Emmanuel. That was it for our receivers.
Yeah, KB, and all those guys.
Ross Dwelly got a couple of passes.
And then they said that Dante is the best wide receiver right now, in practice. And they're like,
sounds crazy.
Dante's the best right now.
Well, he needs to stay that way. And this is where it starts, Roberto. He will look good in practice, and he'll get his confidence up, and he'll be back at it. And Jimmy's going to trust him and start throwing the ball. Jimmy said some good things about him the other day. If Jimmy G likes him, he's going to get the ball. So,
yeah. Yeah, I think like Dante's like man, I'm gonna help you. I think like Jimmy G's like, man, I trust in you, Dante. This season, I trust you this year, and hopefully you help me out.
Yeah. And the team and yourself.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, because Roberto, I got to tell you, man, we got way too many receivers. I don't know how they're going to do that this year. Roberto, pick out your 5.
We got a lot of them.
Yeah, pick out 5 guys you like.
Yeah. Who I like?
Yeah, who do you like for the receivers?
I like Debo.
Here's 1.
I like KB.
2.
I like Ayuk.
3.
I like I kind of like like Dante, you know. A
Hey,
little,
you gonna make Dante
and
number
then
4? All right. Because Jay
yeah, and
already
then
said
number
he was the top
5,
5. And who's number 5?
and then the other one. What's his name?
Trent Taylor?
I think number 33. I think, yeah, or I don't know.
I forgot who's
Somewhere.
wearing Jawan Jennings. Who's wearing
Yeah, oh,
33?
yeah, that one, yeah.
Who's wearing
And then they
33?
did like,
Right.
yeah, Jennings.
Yeah. Is Jennings wearing
That's
33?
5 right there.
I can't. There's 5 guys. Okay. And you left Taylor
yeah,
out. But,
the new one, yeah. You know,
yeah.
Jennings from,
Tennessee.
Jimenez, Bones, or Tennessee, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's a good football player. He's physical, too. And the way the 49ers are looking at players
Hey,
now.
living, stop hating, fool. Yeah. Man, this guy's talking shit. Man, shut up, you stupid idiot. Get the hell out of here, fool.
Roberto, I'm going to let you go attend to that because we're out of time anyway.
Man, a lot of haters talking shit, man. A lot of haters.
We get those all the time. You know
But,
this.
yeah, they call them all these rats, man.
Right.
All these stupid Bucks, yeah.
Yeah.
So, talk to you Sunday, man. Love you,
All right,
man.
Roberto. Appreciate you, fam.
Again, we going back.
That's right.
Peace.
Yeah. Night, Roberto.
Peace.
Let me roll all over here. 307, area code's 307.
How you doing, Ronbo?
Yes, and who's this?
This is Vince from Wyoming.
Yeah, I saw that WY. Hey, Vince, Wyoming. All right.
How you doing?
Great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Just fine, man.
I tell you, it's funny. We're watching this team take shape and form, right? We're going into, we're talking like 3 weeks now before we're opening day. Vince, I'm telling you, man, Dante Pettis, all of a sudden looking like, because last year, what we were always crying about, our receiving room was not where it should have been. We had to go out and get Emmanuel Sanders. We gave up a couple of draft picks. And what's really killing is we don't even get to re-sign him after losing that much capital. And then there's Dante Pettis, who we might not have traded for anybody had he came around last year, because Debo was a rookie.
Right.
Dante was a second-year man. Where is he? And Kendrick Bourne is Kendrick Bourne. He's going to be steady. He had a few problems in the beginning of the season, but he came around. But he's that guy you bring in for special things. And so there's Dante. Dante, can we get something out of you this year? We got a game out of him. He won one game for us. But then he came in today, and there was an emotional display. I mean, Vince, were you surprised by what you heard or seen today?
No, not at all, honestly.
Okay.
Like, I feel like with Dante, I know he's a diamond, and I know that he needs to put his best foot forward. And I know he's had some roadblocks that have stopped him. And, whether that's just him mentally or just the way he's been conditioned in his career. But the way I look at it is as I see him now, and I see him as a player who's kind of fallen off. No one's touting him as much anymore. There's a ton of people who are already disqualifying him and just pushing him out of the picture. So I see him as a guy that's not only fighting just for his career and his reputation, but you'd have to imagine there's some weight on his shoulders knowing who his dad is.
Oh, God, yes.
Because you never want to see a player go into the league that has a great player and his dad in baseball, and then seeing his son come in and just kind of flounder in a pretty good scheme. So I think not only is Dante just going to excel because it's his time and it's ready for him to finally take that next step, but I think that he's going to excel and he's going to prove that he's a Pettis and that he deserves his roster spot. Even though, I heard about the whole schmoz that he had with Kyle, and I know how Kyle kind of runs his offense, and, Kyle is just like his dad. He has no nonsense. So as long as, Dante just kind of pushes his own, interests out of line and puts it towards the team, I think he's going to make a huge splash this year.
Yeah, that's a good point that you make. That most players, rarely do you hear about players that are struggling with Kyle's rhetoric during the course of training. Dante's the first guy that actually heard get into his feelings, and it actually seemed, from what he was saying, that his feelings were kind of hurt through criticism.
Right.
Vince, if you're going to play football, you can't have that delicate of a mindset. You've got to be able to take that criticism, and it's supposed to help you, fire you up, improve you. You're supposed to
Yeah, you use
strive
it as power.
for perfection. Yeah. So I'm shocked. I was kind of surprised when he said that. I said, Dante, you've been playing football too long. Don't tell me every last one of your coaches was very gentle and talked very politely all times. That's just not a part of football vernacular. You got to be ready for anything. They'll say anything to you. I mean, I've had coaches talk about guys' moms. It was ridiculous, but we knew what was he's doing.
Right.
You know?
He's, I know Shanahan is just trying to light a torch under underneath him. And if Pettis takes it as, him getting insulted, then that's really going to be the disconnect from him being good and him being great, or him being, bottom of the depth chart, or him possibly being traded or cut this next year, or even, here to make the 53. So I think as long as he really just realizes that he's in his own way of being great, I think, like I said, he's going to make a huge splash. And he just has to trust Kyle. This is a man who's worked with Julio Jones, which has arguably been the best receiver in the league.
Right? He should trust Kyle for all those reasons. Yeah, this is not just some weird, rude guy. This is a guy that's had huge success. He's actually engineered one of its top 7 most prolific offense in NFL history. So, Dante, listen, learn, and apply. You got the skills, or else he wouldn't have drafted up to get you. That should tell you right there.
Exactly.
He doesn't dislike you. He wants you to do what he expects you to do. That's all. There's no reason to get upset about that.
He just needs to take that emotion and that, those feelings, and he just needs to turn them and turn it into power and turn it into, like, kindling and a reason to continue, because he's being doubted and he knows it.
Mm-hmm.
And, for most players, that's what you need to succeed. But for Dante, he's taken it as personally. Exactly, he does. He takes the disrespect and he turns it into,
production,
his skill.
Yeah.
So, as long as Dante just really, gets a head up on his shoulders and he realizes that this may be his last shot to truly be a star and truly to break out in arguably the best wide receiver room that you could possibly have. I'm talking about, coaches along, Shanahan and Welker. He just has to realize that this is his one big shot, and if he blows it, then the only person to really blame is himself.
I know. Can you imagine that kind of pressure, though? I mean, especially, and he looks around the room. As long as you're not intimidated by your competition in the room, you've got to. This is the only part I worry about Dante. Does he have the fortitude? Dante, don't worry about Ayuk. Don't worry about Debo. Don't worry about Kendrick. You just go out there and do the best, be the best Dante you can be, and that's probably going to be fine. So we'll see.
Oh yeah,
we'll see what he's made out of. This is it. Holding those feet to the flame.
This is his shot. This is his last chance.
Yeah.
Because if he can't show us that he's worth the spot, then I don't feel like any of us will really have too big of a huff seeing us end up trading him for picks.
It would be a shame, but yeah, we'd get over that quick, and we'd all say what he could have been. Vince, great to meet you, fam. We'll be back Sunday if you get a chance. All right.
All righty.
Thanks, Vince.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. Thanks, fam. And there he is. It's Tyler time. Tyler.
Ronbo, my man.
Hey, Tyler. And I just say one of your favorite subjects, man. Dante Pettis has got everybody wondering. It's like Mel said, which was perfect. I said, you saw the press conference today. Was that Dante?
I only watched a couple minutes of it. The only part I really heard was when he was talking about how it hurt his feelings that he didn't play in the Super Bowl, but knew he was a cat. They're all sensitive and pout about everything, but.
Oh God!
I'm kidding.
Tyler?
Okay, I need to clear something up though. I'm sorry, Dante. I've been making fun of you too much. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be doing it. You're a Niner. I love you. I just want you to get better. All right. I'm sorry for making fun of you. It's all in good fun. I just want you to get better.
As does Kyle. So Dante's got to learn to just don't take it so seriously. If the criticism is because of the fact that people know you're capable of much more, right? So yeah, it's no need to get upset.
Yeah.
Because I'd hate to think,
Yeah.
Tyler, you ever like offend somebody that's close to you, and after you've done it, you feel like crap, and you do go back and apologize later? I don't think Kyle wants to go through that, though. He's a coach. If I'm Coach Shanahan, I don't want to come back. All right, Dante, I can see right now you're not taking what I told you in the right way. Listen, I'm going to give you tough love, okay? It's not about me being, I'm trying to tell you what you need to do in order so you can progress. I mean, if you're going to get all mopey and sad, I mean, what am I going to do? I can see talking to Kyle.
Like you were saying. Yeah, like you were saying, I mean, like you offend someone who's close to you.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the other day, like my sister asked me to watch the dog so she can go somewhere. And I was like, I'm playing Madden. I'm not going to be watching that dog, So she ended up not being able to go. And then I was like, wait, you actually didn't go?
See?
So I was like, I felt bad. I was like I'm playing Madden, so it's like, well, I'm not actually going to be watching the dog.
Because you could have brought the dog in the room with you. The dog probably would have laid down because you weren't playing with him, and he'd been fine. See, so you were bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I was like, look, I mean, I basically implied that the dog could be in the room, but I was like, I'm not going to be watching him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be playing Madden, so,
Hey, are you one of those guys that plays Madden for like hours on end, though? Because if you got to take the dog for a
I
walk,
that'd
be a problem. Yeah.
Play it every year.
Yeah.
Every year. I pre-ordered Madden 21, and I'm waiting. Okay, so it's funny because I pre-ordered it on my Xbox, and it starts downloading immediately. So I was like, whoa, is it really going to let me play it tonight? And then obviously it wasn't. So once it finishes downloading, I click on it, and then my Xbox tells me, you're too early. The game has not been released yet. I was like, why would you play me like that? Why would you download it? Why would you download it?
That's what's going to be my question. Why did it load then? Anyway.
It downloaded the game for me onto my console, but I can't play it yet until the 28th.
Well, you got a long way to go. But Tyler, man, I tell you, what is your full feeling on that situation? Are we going to get a tough, go-get-'em, prolific Dante Pettis this year?
No way to know until we get to the games. That's all I'll say. I know that, and we need to have at least the Dante Pettis we had at the end of 2018. That one would be perfectly fine with me. Like, he was really good at the end of 2018, and then this past year he didn't do anything. Like, I don't understand. Like, as long as he can at least get back to the end of 2018's version of him, I'll be perfectly okay with that. I mean, and plus I think Kendrick Bourne, even though it's like going to be like, what, his third or fourth year now? I think it's his third year.
Fourth year? It's Dante's third, so it's got to be Kendrick's
that's
fourth.
Right. Yeah, Kendrick's fourth. Yeah, going into his fourth year, I'm really excited. I think even though it's his fourth year, he might take a step forward because he has been working. You watch him on Instagram, man. He's always putting that work in. He's always putting in extra work, too. He's always working really, really hard. And I think Kendrick Bourne might take another step this year, too. So
see,
he's
that's
been working with Jimmy on his red zone stuff even more, too.
Big Show, there's another proponent for Kerry bringing Big Show's. I can't wait till this comes back in here. Yeah, no, and that's why when you look at KB, you would think that everybody on the roster, Tyler, you know what? It could be that Kyle didn't call his number often enough last year after he made him mad. He probably could have played a little better last year.
Yeah, I mean, like another thing is, if say we get into the season and we're having trouble with wide receivers, I think we need to go call up Detroit and be like, yo. Marvin Jones, he's 30, but he's really good. Marvin Jones, what's the price? I'd give him maybe a third or fourth rounder.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice pickup. Marvin Jones is actually really good. I mean, Kenny Galladay is their other receiver. He's really good. He led the league in touchdowns. But he led the league in touchdowns. But I mean, Marvin Jones would be a good pickup. He's 30, but he's super good. So that'd be a really nice steal if we can get him for a third, fourth round pick. I mean,
yeah, because nobody trades for players anymore, except for picks. I mean, there's no player for player swaps in the NFL.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
picks, we can give them. I mean, if Tarvarius Moore is doing good, we might be able to give up Kowalski and a 6th rounder and get him maybe.
Hey, are you another person that thinks that the Tavares could play the strong safety? I can't imagine that.
Wait, no, not Tavares. I get those safety positions mixed up. Tavares is a free safety. He came in for Jimmy Ward in the Super Bowl when he got hurt.
Yeah, that's a speedster, right?
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, we're going back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It is Super Bowl or bust. And who was seriously, like, I saw this video. It was Cowherd talking about the Bucks and everything, and he was saying he thinks the girl asked him basically Tom Brady's initials are TB, right? So it's TB. He was doing a segment called TB or T not to be, and he said Bucks. He said like Bucks that. In the Super Bowl. Yeah, he said Bucks in the Super Bowl, and then he said I'm going to say TB, and then he goes look at the NFC. Who's significantly better? And then she goes San Francisco, and he goes absolutely. There's no question, but they also play in the toughest division in football. And then he goes that could be trouble. And it's like he said if the game is in Tampa, now that's interesting. It's like okay, well, yeah, but we're significantly better than basically every team in the conference. So come on. Super Bowl or bust. And that's basically what Shanahan said. So
the only thing that worries me, Tyler, is I don't want the league to start manipulating games with the refs, trying to make sure the Tampa Bay plays. It's one of those things that would be classic, right? Tom Brady, coming into his last years, finds a way back to the Super Bowl, and he doesn't have Belichick. See, those storylines like that, the NFL, I worry about them sometimes because there was no way that Chiefs were supposed to win that game last year unless it was 50 years since they won one perfect year. That's it. I don't want to talk about
let's
Super Bowl.
Put it perfectly here.
Yeah.
Let's put it perfectly and honestly here.
Yeah.
The
Real
Chiefs,
quick, Tyler, because we're out of time.
The rest were okay. What I will say is Patrick Mahomes is the NFL's poster boy, right?
Certainly.
The Chiefs. I watched this video, and this is not a conspiracy theory. This is literally what happened. This guy pointed out all these fouls that they did not call against the Chiefs, and all these fouls that they did call on the 49ers that were basically the exact same thing. So he went through it and through it. The refs did not give the Chiefs game on purpose or necessarily, but what they did do is they wanted to give the Chiefs every opportunity to come back in that game. And the way they did that was not calling certain penalties and calling certain penalties.
And that's
what
I
they
mean
wanted.
when I
they
say
wanted to give them every chance.
Manipulating games. All right, Tyler, let me see you Sunday. Yeah. We're going to try to get through all the calls tonight before we knock off. But good stuff, as usual.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Niner Empire, Niner for life, forever faithful, bang, bang, Niner gang. Win, lose, or tie, Niner till I die, forever faithful. Love you, Ronbo.
And he means it, too. Love you back, fam. Night, Tyler.
Pipe bomb. Pipe bomb.
I was waiting for it. Where's the boom? Ellis!
What's up, fam?
Ellis, man, it's just I didn't know what to expect today because I never do what's going on in practice. I did hear Solomon Thomas. Today was a day of unexpected things. Robert Salad said Solomon Thomas is doing well, and he made a point of saying it. I knew Contavious Street was, and then suddenly as you're watching the press conference, it's Dante. What? And Dante's getting ready to do a presser? See, because normally the pressers for certain guys, we got to see Fred Warner the other day, and of course you're going to see Nick Bosa and Richard Sherman, Jimmy, but Dante, and he came in there, and it was a moment, and a very special moment, because you're watching the guy that everybody's been talking bad about, and was told last year, pretty much under no uncertain terms, Dante, you got to bring something next year, man. I don't know how much of a threat he made, but Dante knew he had to come back ready this year. He's gone a little stronger. He's putting in the work. He's out there shining. But Ellis, what did you take from that conversation?
My bad. I was losing a little bit of connection. I was trying to move around. You said there was a what conversation? I know about the Dante thing, but
yeah, no, that's what I was talking about. What was your when you got through watching that? I had a very strange feeling because I didn't really know he felt the way he did. I didn't even know if it particularly impressed him that he was not allowed to play in the Super Bowl. Well, now we know. Yes, Dante does care about these things. Alice, my problem was I thought Dante was perfectly content to be over there being excited about his other teammates' accomplishments and doing everything, and he was looking happier than the person that made the touchdown. And I was trying to figure out, Dante's he's not really having a problem with his role. Okay, well, And he even said that during his press conference. He says, "Yeah, well, if you're going to play football, if it's not fun anymore, it's not really, I mean, you can have fun playing football with not doing these things." And I'm thinking, Dante, okay, but not at this level. So so I'm saying, what did you get from that conversation?
Oh man. Well, it's nice to know that there was an issue, with at least for him that he didn't get a chance to play and suit up.
Yeah, that's cold.
I mean, I don't. You don't go to the NFL. You don't put yourself in a position to become a professional athlete and bust your ass for that long to be okay with, riding the bench, not being able to play in the most important games, or underachieving. Because that's not what you came to the league for. And I mean, so I think that's good that he was able to understand that and really grasp kind of the fact that maybe he has been just a bit, complacent with underachieving, at least within the last, season. He came through in a couple of games. He caught a couple of clutch, passes and touchdowns. Was it maybe 2 or 3? He didn't have many, but he did come through and catch a couple. Right. And he came through. So we've seen him in the year before how he's playing, and watching his video, it's like a completely different player. So I'm hoping that he really, and what it seems to me is that he's really taken a lot of time to analyze how he scaled down, and the fact that the coaching staff, and mainly Kyle, that is not going to settle for an underachieving wide receiver that's a second round. What is he? What second round? Early second?
Yeah. They drafted up to get him. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just saying, with all of that, and then Kyle sitting him down. And I think it was a humbling experience, and not being able to suit up for the damn Super Bowl, or even be an acquisition to utilize and trying to win. And I couldn't imagine being him. So I'm glad. I think we're all glad that he woke up and smelled coffee, so to speak, and then he's busting his ass now. So that's what we do it for. I mean, we don't talk shit because we don't like you. We don't say those things because we don't think you have the potential. We know you do, and that's what pisses everybody off. So I'm glad he's getting pissed off and he's turning it up. You know what I mean? Because that's what we need. You know what I mean? And I'm a little bit excited on the low, kind of just to see, because with him playing more of as a more premier player, and that gives us an additional go-to guy, and it not just being just shaving down to Brandon Ayuk, and when Debo comes back, and we got GK, and the tight ends and stuff like that. Of course we got KB, and but now we got Dante that's coming to play, and then we got Tavon, and we got Jerron, and a couple of guys that are going to probably for sure make this team. At least 2 of those 3 receivers are going to make the team, I feel like. If not all of them, shit, I don't know. But, that's, I don't know what Poindexter's doing with his position, or, what other guys, that I don't know if we even have another. There's another receiver that's, is it Thompson? What's the last name, Thompson or somebody that we had on the team? Is he gone or what? I can't remember. Maybe I'm wrong. It's one other guy
Thompson,
whose name really showed up.
No, it's JJ.
But
Tavon, JJ. Let's see. I don't remember anybody by the name of Johnson.
It was a younger guy that was on the. Maybe he plays a different position. I could be wrong, but anyway, either way, that's besides the point. I'm just glad that Dante's getting it, and like I said, Kyle's gonna he needed to be humbled a little bit and kind of let know, and because he's that straightforward type of coach, and he's also a player's coach. I think having that balance and having him there with the encouragement and positive reinforcement from the team and shit like that, being able to see that your guys, your teammates, the brotherhood still believes in you, it's on him. And I think he's about to, he's taking that step. So it's a positive, man. I was real critical to Dante just because we got expectations, man, and he should have the expectations more than we do, especially when you're out there and able to, play this sport that, some of us would give our lives to damn near play. You know what I'm saying? And,
absolutely.
It's a blessing. So,
and it seems he's awakened up to that. He's awoken to that fact. But I'm surprised it took this long. It took an insult like not being allowed to dress out. I don't know I just don't wonder, what was Dante thinking before that? And as some of this pointed out, Dante should have been a little disturbed about this whole thing weeks, maybe a couple of months, because he sat down early in the season. He should have taken on this whole feeling a little earlier, and maybe would have motivated him to push himself a little harder, because the 49ers had to go out and trade to get somebody to come in and play wide receiver. I would have taken that personally if I was Dante, especially being in my second year.
Exactly.
And I was expected to carry some load this year, and they have no faith in me. That's kind of sad.
Exactly. And then with Debo coming in there and just blowing, just blowing everybody's wig back. I mean, that was an addition to, Dante kind of feeling left out and maybe feeling like the odd man out. And he might, he's at this point, he's expendable. It's not really, your worth just drops, drastically. So he had to come around, and I think he's realized that, and he's going to take this opportunity and not let it slip through his fingers, because when you got a coach like that and you got a team like that, you don't want to be traded out from the squad like that, man. You want to be able to continue to. I mean, that's just a terrible feeling, and we would feel just as bad him going to another team and becoming a star, wide receiver. We'd be like, damn, see, we should have. So it goes hand in hand. So we just gotta, we gotta, keep speaking positive and lifting Dante and the rest of the squad, man, and the guys, even Solly T, man. But they gotta come and do it though. They got to come and do it, Ronbo. I mean, we can try and pat them on the back all we want, fam, but they got to come and get busy. And if they come and do it, then let's go, man. Give these guys another opportunity, and let's make this shit happen, because it's here for the taking, no matter what. What I mean? It's ours. So.
And while the window's open, you want to be a part of the reason why that window's open and why they did turn it into gold.
Not a spectator. Not a spectator going and tackling a guy who just scored a touchdown and patting everybody on the back and just as excited as if you scored, like you were talking about. Yeah, that shit was. I noticed him doing that all the damn time, and I'm like, poor Dante. As throughout the whole season, I'm like, poor guy. You know what I mean? But hey,
he's went from a wide receiver to a cheerleader. Oh no, Dante.
Yeah, you got the pink hair and shit. He already, he's already damn near there. No, but look, that's all right though. You know what I mean? Come as you are, man. Just come to play, baby. That's all we want. I don't give a shit. Just come and play, champ.
I was going to see. I'll be back Sunday too. Looking for you. All right.
Yes, sir. Shout out to you, family, as always.
Thanks.
Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, man, to the Ronbo Sports right now. And man, shout out to the Niners faithful, Ronbo. And,
appreciate you, Pam. All right.
Whole channel, man. Let's do it.
All right. Ellis, you have a great night too. See you Sunday. All right. I see it's 8:08. What is it? Hawaii? Is that Hawaii? 8:08. Come on in. And I can't say brother. I don't know. Hello. Hello. 8:08. Come on in. Hawaii. The blue waters of Hawaii. Yeah, hey, there's a guy that used to be so famous in Hawaii. What was his singer? Oh, Don. What was Don's last name? God, I used to love that guy. He had a show on it. Fernando!
What's up, Ronbo?
Fernando, man, we're just here discussing.
What's up?
Football, man. 49ers football.
I know.
What's up with you?
Oh, what's up, brother? I'm listening to this Pettis thing. I'm excited for the man.
Are you really? Oh, explain that. Where's that excitement coming from? What's up with that?
Brother, have you heard of, does cat have 9 lives? He's back, brother. He's back.
10. Tell you.
Yeah, no, he's finally back, my man. I'm excited for him. He finally, just brought out the energy, brought out the next life. I think now it's a turning point. He can only go up from here.
Yeah, because he already hit it's Don Ho. Thank you, Trent. Yeah, you're right. Because you know what? Dante already hit the bottom. Last year was the bottom.
Yep.
He's out there playing the cheerleader role.
Yep.
Come on, this guy's got too much skill. He's not supposed to be playing the cheerleader role.
Of course.
Right?
He came from Washington. He did everything: punt return, kick return, and then all of a sudden I don't know, he vanished. But now I think now he had a wake up call. Like I said, man found his 10th life. He's back.
He better do something with this year. And you know what? He's got it now, Fernando. There's no more fooling around. He realizes we're serious out here. Maybe he didn't think so in the beginning. I don't know. But now he knows. Kyle's not playing. Dante, I drafted up to get you. I know you can play this game. would you please? So, okay, you don't want to play? Sit down and watch the game then. And we're not suiting you up for the Super Bowl. Whoa, snap! Dante must have been shocked. He is shocked. Did you see his face on that press conference? There was no smiling. There was no joking. There was he looked a little nervous. I was surprised because I've seen him talk before, and he looked cool and calm and relaxed. Not today. Whoa. Okay, Dante. Good.
I think, Ronbo, I think in the past, he became too Hollywood the first 2 years, hanging out with the big guys, the big name players, and then all of a sudden he vanished. I think because he was hanging out with Kiddo, going to all these wrestling events and going on all these events with these big guys, and I'm like, man, you're not there yet,
I know, right?
I think it got to his head. It got to his head. He was partying, it got to his head. And then look at KB. He was doing the opposite. He was just grinding in the background. He let his work do the talking. And now that now he was at the bottom of the depth chart, and now he's like, you know what? It's not a blessing that people got injured, right? But it's kind of like a sign, like a second chance, like a second life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now it's his opportunity to take advantage of what's in front of him. So this is either he's in or he gets shipped out for traded. That's the only way he can do it.
That's it, because this is his last. What? No, this is his third year. You know what?
No, he has two. Yeah, he has 2 more years.
I forgot about
that.
Yeah,
2 years.
So
Dante, he doesn't have a 5th-year option because he's not a first pick.
Yeah,
So.
I just realized. So he's got this year, next year, and the 49ers will stay with him. But Kyle, if you want to play Dante, I'm going to let you play because I know you can play. If you don't feel like playing, I'm going to let somebody else who feels like playing. Debo took his job. Just like you pointed out, Fernando, once a guy goes down hurt or can't play or a couple of series, that's your chance. It's like when Matty B got hurt. Mostert got in there and got a shot. Now nobody can take it away from Mostert. The dude owns the running back spot now. That's what you got to do.
Exactly. So he's just, I know. Is that wrong? Just man up.
He's learning the hard way, the embarrassing route. I mean, Fernando, can you imagine? Yeah. You play for the 49ers 10 years from now, 15 years from now, right? Maybe 20 years from now. You got a grandkid or something down the line somewhere. Hey, uncle, that was a girl. You play for the 49ers? Yeah. We had a pretty good team. Hey, you guys went to the Super Bowl in 2019, 2020, 2022. Where you were on that team? Yeah. How'd you guys do in the first? How'd you do in 2019? Okay. I can tell you how I did in 2020. You don't want to have to do that. You want to be able to say, I started in 2019. We couldn't quite finish the game, but in 2020 we came back. I was the star. But I want to be able to say I was the dude in every game in some way. So Dante can't say that. He says, "Yeah, coach didn't dress me. I didn't dress out for the first Super Bowl." Ouch! Oh, God. So. Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, I know. But hopefully now he knows, he can't take this for granted now that he has this opportunity. Because I know he's balling out. I was watching videos. He's balling out. So hopefully it sticks long term for the rest of the season.
He's coming in with the right attitude. So that's all I can.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he's grinding hard.
So let's see what it comes out to be. And he actually went and told Shanahan, because if there was a misunderstanding, he did the right thing. He went and had a conversation with Shanahan as soon as he came in to let him know he was still BSing around, right? Basically is what it came down to. So now he's showing them. So Shanahan's saying good things about him. That's a good start. So.
I know. He gave him an offer he can't refuse,
Yeah.
Right?
When you say that, remind me of The Godfather, man. He's the Godfather sitting there. Remember when his I think his son-in-law comes in there. Godfather.
Michael, right?
No, the other guy, the one who wanted the movie part, right?
Oh, yeah.
Godfather, I know I'm good for the role, but they just won't give it to me. Godfather grabs him, slaps him. God, I want you to be a man. That movie, I've watched The Godfather so many times. I go word for word as they're going through the movie now. I love that movie. It's my favorite of all time. But this is a little bit like Dante. Man up, Dante. Yeah. This is all about you. It's not. I'm the coach. I just need you to perform. I'm not going to put you in there if you're not going to perform. It's my job. So show me something. Come on.
I know. I had a feeling that Kyle had like baby powder in his hand, just smacked him up a little bit, just to motivate him.
That'll do it. But it's you know what? It's kind of cold though. He should at least let Dante dress out. Okay, you know what? Maybe they. I don't know how did. Maybe there wasn't enough roster spots, and if there was one left guy out, then you leave out Dante and some other guys. But that's kind of cold.
But this year they're expanding the roster. But I know they're adding 2 for the offensive line, right? So it'll be hard to make. I think it might be only be 6 receivers, right, dressing up a game.
Yeah. Well, maybe not even that many. Maybe only 4.
Yeah, it's true. 4 and 3 tight ends, I think.
Yeah.
4 and 3.
Yeah.
And then 4 running backs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not maybe 3
Dang,
running
that'd be
backs.
hard.
Yeah. So it's a
3,
matter of math. Yeah. Because you only get so many spots.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what I'm thinking.
Good evening, Fernando. Fernando, you always sound like you're in a good mood too, man. I love it, man.
Yeah. Life is too short, bro.
It
Fernando
is.
from Fremont. Remember that, Ronbo?
I know, right? What area code 503? Hey, did you meet Salvador? He was
510.
Huh?
510. I'm from 510 Fremont.
510. Fremont. Oh, that's right. I did that yesterday. You're East Bay, not.
East Bay, yeah.
Yeah, Fresno is down the road. It was just Fremont, Fresno. You got to get the two different.
Yeah.
But, hey,
that's why I say Fernando from Fremont.
How close are you to the local Coliseum?
I used to go, not that far, like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, about 20
right
minutes.
down the road.
I used to go. Yeah, I used to go to the A's game when I was a kid, growing up, and Giants games a lot too. So good memories.
And baseball is so funny because back a few years ago, baseball was fun to go to baseball games. Now, now everybody goes to either NBA or NFL. Baseball's suffering now. You know?
Yeah, I know.
Well, it should be more exciting.
Crazy.
All right, Fernando.
Yeah, I know.
I'll tell you what, I'll look for you Sunday, okay?
All right, brother. I always like to be the last of the group.
All right. Looking forward to hearing from you.
All right, brother.
All right, Fernando.
All right, brother. Be safe.
All right, fam.
Be
Night.
safe. Take care. Have a good night, my man.
Hey. So, fam, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my appetite. I always get hungry when I do this, you know. But I can't get enough of talking 49ers football. I tell you what, I'm gonna slide off tomorrow and be back on for Sunday, and we'll go over the whole week. Fam, hit that like, please. I can't wait to see you again, and you know this. I love the new name, by the way, you've given for Tom. It's not Tom Brady, but Tom Lady. Boy, you guys are vicious. That's hilarious. Tom Lady. Niners!